So welcome again, everyone. I'm Kaiserklein, and I'm gonna be your main caster for the two remaining series today, along with Incog. So again, a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
and this is Eric, aka Snow, against WickedCossack. The third series of this week of the EPL playoffs between SKG being the team of WickedCossack, and against the Nila Ninjas being the team of Eric. And that's going to be a German mirror on Arkansas for the first map. This is a player 7, so we're going to have 7 games no matter what. So I hope you guys are ready for a long AoE3 day, because we have 2 player 7 to come, so 14 games to come.
It's 14 games. It's going to be a ton of games. We've got a wood start here. Just want to pick your brain real quick. What do you think about that second mine for Snow?
I think it's all right, but
Yeah.
the hunts maybe for Snow. I don't know. I this is such a weird spawn. There's like nothing here and there, like nothing at all, which is not very usual on this map. But then again, it doesn't seem really unfair. I don't know. I guess the hunts are okay. They're kind of weird, but it's like sort of 3 hunts for each plus the starting one, and the mine is okay. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm not active. I think it looks okay. I'm going to go with your judgment on this one. I thought it was just that mine was a little bit off, but if you judge it's okay, I'm going to go with it.
It's kind of like Eric's mine is actually really good. Usually you have your second mine like, sorry, I mean Wicked's mine is very good, the second one. Usually it doesn't spawn behind, it spawns somewhere else. But yeah, this time it spawns behind, so it's really good for Wicked, but it's still sort of the same range of the TC, so I think it's okay. So yeah, anyway, let's introduce the players for that game 1. We have on the right side of the map here in the color green, Eric, aka Snow, against on the other side of the map, Wicked, aka Wicked, in the color blue. And they're both playing Germany, so German mirror indeed, something we've seen quite a lot on this map, being quite a solid German map. It was a wood start, so they both went for a trading post, and looks like Eric already found himself 2 dogs, while Wicked did get 70 food, which is nice, but the 2 dogs are gonna allow Eric to dominate this age 1 for sure. They're so strong.
Yeah, look at him. He can just pick up any treasure he wants at this point with those 2 dogs. Wicked also missed that first pass, which I think you said last week was normal.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Wicked and just kind of like being in the same direction as Snow, and those 2 dogs are going to come down and hunt down this explorer.
Yeah, it's like these dogs are weird because they don't snare and they're barely faster than the explorer. So it's not, usually you can sort of escape unless your explorer is quite low HP. You're not gonna die. Usually you can retreat back to your base. But if you somehow get snared, or if you like try to take a treasure and the opponent shows up with 2 dogs, then you just get destroyed. Like your explorer is just gonna die so quickly. They do so much damage, 15 each. So yeah, Wicked knows about it. He's gonna have to be extra careful with his treasuring. You can see he just went back to pick up that small treasure, using a crack shot now as well for the 40 XP after the small coin treasure. So he's not trying to do anything too foolish, you know, going to hunt some bigger fish out there. Anyway, I'm not sure there's so much. Oh, there is still an 80 foot on top of the map and a CDB. So typically, I don't think Wicked should ever try to start this when he knows Eric got the dogs. However, Eric could get it with the dogs quite easily.
Yeah, I've been looking at the Fog of War actually somewhat attentively. Eric does not know about either of those treasures, whereas Wicked did scout the CDB. Yeah, but I think Wicked is going to err on the side of caution, as you pointed out. So
yeah,
not a factor yet.
That would be really risky, trying to get that huge treasure when opponent got 2 dogs and a full HP, well, not full HP, but high HP explorer. So yeah, Snow didn't see it, so he's just gonna go for the Cherokee, just getting even more units. And Wicked's just gonna scout Eric's base, maybe a little bit early for that, but he might expect to find some small treasure, you know, just like stealing this small gold treasure or something. Not gonna find anything though, but he will be able to come back shortly to check probably which military building Eric is, Snow, sorry, is going for. I have to remember to call him Snow so that it's not too confusing for the more casual viewers who wouldn't know who Eric is. I do that
Fair
mistake
enough,
a lot.
yeah.
I do that a lot,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's always the tricky thing with so many people, and I'm of course guilty of this, having like several different accounts. But Snow is Snow, and he's up to the second age as is Wicked Cossack. And
Yeah.
I don't know, what are both players going to do after at this point?
So yeah, pretty much aging boss at the perfect time. And what are they gonna do? We'll have to see. Can't really ever know what they do. Usually Eric kind of likes to go dubs, but now it looks like he's dropping down a stable in base. And Wicked, I think he likes dubs as well, but in fact he's hiding. Did that explorer see that? The stable here? I don't think he did, but that's
I think he
very
must have
cheeky.
barely missed it. Yeah.
Very cheeky play from Wicked Cossack here. Kind of weird to hide the stable. I guess he wants Eric to believe that there's some side barracks somewhere, or that Wicked is just going for a naked FF, so that, you know, Eric would just go in with his Ulans and try to idle, and not expect, in fact, some Ulans just flanking and trapping his Ulans, maybe, something like that.
I think that's what he's going for, yeah. I think he's trying to disguise this as a naked FF.
Yeah.
Oh, that dog. But the dog doesn't snare, as you pointed out earlier, so...
Yeah, but still,
nipping at the heels of these Ulans.
two dogs and that Cherokee definitely can swing easily any sort of early fight between even 7 against 7 Ulans. Definitely would go for Snow. And now Eric getting snared, Wicked getting snared, losing one of his Ulans, so he's going to be even more behind in the military here. Also, one thing to point out is that Wicked got only 3 Ulans out, which is partly due to the fact that he forgot to ship his 3 settler wagons, because they came in almost 15 seconds later than Snow's settler wagons. And now Wicked Cossack is going in, but I don't think he can.
Yeah, he has less Ulans. He doesn't have the dogs. I guess fighting underneath his TC helps out a little bit, but no, it's not even garrisoned.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Eric was not too confident going in there. You never know if like 3 dubs gonna pop or Minutemen or whatever. But at the end of the day, if we check units lost, well, Wicked lost 2 Ulans and he's got a low HP 1, while Snow has basically full HP Ulans and still 1 dog and 1 Cherokee. So it's looking pretty good for Eric so far. Also, 1 less deal for Wicked somehow. He cut a veil at some point.
Yeah, maybe he didn't queue one up properly, a little bit of mismacro, but yeah, I think Snow was just a little bit surprised by the amount of Ulans he scouted because of the hidden stable. Maybe that threw him off just a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But I'd still give him the advantage at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's up 1 veil. He got just good trades. I mean, you can't really call that trades because he essentially lost nothing while Wicked lost some stuff. So it's definitely, it can't be bad for Eric at this point. However, Wicked is going to drop a 2nd training post. If he can get away with that, it's going to be some sort of advantage for him. But Eric, Snow, sorry, is going to click up anytime now.
Yeah, he's got the bigger Ulan mass, and he's going up to this next stage, up a villager. Very, very good position from him. Working on this house now, which is a respectable thing.
Yeah, and 2 dubs.
Yeah, I think he'll get it.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his house, and there's 2 dubs from Snow here. Almost so that trading post, which was gonna be built, would have been kind of big maybe, but still gonna be able to siege a little bit. Just, you know, just even 2 dubs can swing the fight so hard into Eric's favor, and looks like Wicked is going for it, but again the 2 dubs, Eric didn't quite snare the Ulans though, so looks like Wicked Cossack is gonna be able to get away. But he's still going in. I mean, he's being very ballsy here, but these dubs are extremely scary. He has to be super careful.
I think both of those doppels beat the entirety of Wicked's cavalry mass. I think he was just posturing a little bit, hoping to get an extra pass out of that TP before it goes down, which he did end up getting. So yeah, I think that was a respectable play.
Yeah, it was. It paid off, but Eric might have been able to snare. You know, that's just super risky. However, yeah, more dubs are on the way. These have to pay off, but oh, more Ulans from Eric as well. He trained them in transition, which is very good. And these dubs are a little bit behind. I don't know who's gonna come out on top. I mean, eventually Wicked will win that fight, but is it really that good of a trade for Wicked? I'm not sure. We'll have to check the units lost here. I think it's kind of an even trade, but meanwhile Eric is in Fortress and Wicked is not even aging yet. So let's see units lost. Yeah, it's kind of even. So
it is kind of even. I feel like that trade would have gone in Wicked's favor if those doppels had been just a little bit closer. But now, if we just sit back and look at the entire like situation, I just want to give another advantage to Snow here. Up in age,
that might
these
be a
doppels
raid.
are.
That might be a good raid here.
Oh wow!
Right
oh,
when Eric sends his bills on top, Wicked's just anticipating that because it's a spot on this map where you always have bills because there's food and there's gold there. So killing one settler wagon gonna give him at least maybe some sort of economic advantage. Although, never mind. Still, I guess Wicked cut a lot of bills because he's even gonna be still behind because he's aging. So he's not gonna train Vils. I mean, it's gonna be kind of even eco somehow, even though Snow lost more. Now fighting the Dubs, they're gonna trade. They're gonna trade pretty well.
But yeah, that was a good pickup from Wicked. That small little skirmish definitely went in his favor. And will villagers even go down here for Wicked Cossack? I don't think so.
Nope. So quite a good defense here from Wicked actually. I think
and
Eric forced it. Oh yeah, good raid. Eric forced that fight because he wanted to apply pressure with his shipment before Wicked can age himself and just idle that gold mine. But at the end of the day, yeah, he did lose quite a lot of Ulans and he's getting raided himself. So in fact, all in all, I don't know, Wicked just needs time because he was stacking 2 shipments upon Fortress and he's gonna have 3 shipments back to back pretty much. So if he can send all the 3 shipments, I think Wicked is just fine. But it's gonna be a long way. Like, you can see it in the scores at this point. Although Wicked might have maybe mercenaries on the way, which might be why his score is so low.
Yeah, Snow also has a 1,000 coin stockpiled as of right now, so I think he'll be looking for the Black Rider shipment.
Yeah.
I think it. Yeah, still the advantage to Snow on this one, but Wicked's still in this.
Yeah, it's quite a close game now. Actually, I feel like it depends on what's gonna pop. If Wicked has mercenaries on the way, he's definitely fine. If he doesn't, then he's quite behind, in fact. But meanwhile, yeah, a few skirms, a couple Ulans, more skirms coming in for Eric though, for Snow. Yeah, this is a bit tricky, but I think if the Black Riders pop now, then Wicked should be okay. But meanwhile,
but did he even send them?
I'm not sure. He's stacking 1k gold now. Now he's sending something. But what did... No, wait. Eric sent something now.
Yeah, Snow just sent. Oh, there we go. And there's the Ulan
9
pop.
Ulans. Yeah, that's kind of scary. There's not that many war wagons and there's 3 of them left. So maybe this can be enough to at least force Eric to pull back. Although it looks like he's confident. Yeah, there's not that many Ulans left, I guess. So Eric able to keep pressuring more war wagons on top coming in as well. So... yeah.
He's doing really well for himself as of this point. Just being ahead the entire game. I think he's managed to hold on to that lead. And Wicked doesn't really have the weight behind him to send a big shipment to swing it in his favor. Like those Ulans kind of pushed Snow away. But it doesn't solve the fundamental problem of Snow just having more stuff on the map. And I guess the economies are fairly even.
Yeah, which is really surprising for me because Snow, I mean, he literally lost 7 Vils and they have the same eco, so I don't understand how Wicked, he must have cut so many Vils. Like, he was not training Vils for so long for sure, because there's no way the eco is even when you raided 7 Vils in a mirror. But so yeah, I mean, Wicked is doing a good job of raiding all the time, but if he doesn't train Vils, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, you don't even get ahead in economy at the end of the day, so it's kind of, it's a bit sad, but and now he's not going to be able to deal with the mass. Oh, Jaeger's actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jaeger's out of Wicked Cossack as well.
Yeah.
That's interesting from both players.
Yeah, I just feel like a big mass of Uhlans would just clean everything up. But
I do admit though the Jaegers that Wicked Cossack managed to ship picked off like 4 or 5 skirmishers kind of for free before these Jaegers joined up with them.
yeah, but the war wagons are sort of useless for boss sides, really. They're just
Yeah.
preemptively there to defend from Uhlans, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Looks like Eric focused the war wagons down quite nicely, and yeah, Wicked is gonna resign because he's quite behind in the military now.
Just
Oh lol.
completely in. Oh, okay. So he's looking at this, I think. Yeah,
Oh
just
yeah.
completely in favor of Snow the entire game.
Yeah, that hunt is unfortunate. It sometimes does this on this map. You can even see on the Snow's side in the bottom that there's also some animals right in the bottom of the map. They tend to do this a lot on this map.
Yeah.
So you have to know about it and just check the border of the map, basically. But yeah, so the story of this game is Wicked didn't really make so many vills. So even though he raided, he in fact didn't get really ahead in economy, and meanwhile he was just constantly behind in military because he took overall quite bad trades, I guess. You can see it in the graph at some points. And
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what was up with Wicked's
yeah,
villager
I
production.
don't. It's also not a matchup where you need that much food usually. You can afford to make vills, you know. Let's say you're Portuguese or something, then I can understand you need to cut some vills and make units. But when you're Germany, usually you're fine to just train vills. Like it's sad because he could have got ahead in eco at least, if not ahead in military. He might have got some advantage out of raiding that much. But in fact, it didn't really matter because he didn't make vills himself. But yeah, what was a good game anyway, and that makes it 1-0 for Snow from the Nila Ninjas, indeed. To be fair, though, Snow is what I mean. His main civ is probably Germany, one of his main civs at least, and he's really good in German mirrors. So you could kind
he's
of
probably been playing that matchup since 2005 or something. Actually, I don't know
right.
how long he's been playing, but he's probably played that matchup quite a bit.
Definitely yes. So yeah, I mean, not the worst for Wicked. Germany is out of the way. Wicked not a huge German player himself, so maybe didn't expect that much to win this game anyway. I mean, I'm saying that because I also discussed with him a little bit, and he didn't really know. He expected Germany on Arkansas, and he didn't exactly know what to pick against it. And so he just like, okay, yeah, let's go Mirror, but I think he knew it wasn't exactly in his favor. Not gonna be too devastated by this loss, right?
Yeah,
And
he did attempt to throw some curveballs in there, like hiding the stables and just as an example, he like clearly did something a little extra to try to throw snow off, but it didn't quite pay off. So,
yeah.
French against Iro.
Yeah, I feel like this is quite hero favored, especially on this map, which has a big TP line and not that many resources. The second mine is a bit far. The hunts are a bit small. So quite a good hero map. And I personally really hate this matchup as French. It feels like you cannot win it. But we'll have to see what Wicked can do here. Snow, he can play hero, but it's not like it's his main civ either. So we'll have to see. Gonna be interesting. So that's game 2. Do you want to introduce the players?
I will absolutely introduce the players. So up here on the north end of the map, in the color blue, we have Wicked Cossack playing the French, and his opponent down in the southern half of the map playing Iroquois is Snow. Very, I don't know. I'm going to enjoy this matchup. It's even though it might be a little Iro favored, I like seeing the French matchups against almost any civilizations. French against China, French against Germany, French against Dutch, Iro. Like all the matchups where France is involved tend to be a good watch for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't like some of them. Like French Mirror is usually a big skirm goon, Cav some IFF, extremely standard play, you know.
Yeah, that's boring. Yeah, I'll give you
But
that.
yeah, but quite often, yeah, you can see some different stuff. Like France is quite a flexible sieve, and you can see lots of colonial plays by France, like extended semi-FFs or just full colonial or just, you know, sort of funky stuff, crossbow pike, whatever. In this matchup, you might see France going crossbow pike, for example. It's one way to try to play it. Yeah, gonna be interesting, I agree. It looks like Wicked is mining and chopping for hunting dogs. Didn't quite find any treasure to help him to get, well, he's got 10 coin, but that's really not great.
10 coin, the weakest treasure in the game, as free as it is.
Yeah,
Still
indeed.
picked up 80 wood.
Yeah,
So that's going to be awesome for him.
not
This
really
cougar
gonna.
is dead. Sorry.
Yeah, the cougar did die. Indeed, the wood is not gonna be any useful in H1, but it will definitely help later on. And yeah, I mean, France would have liked to get that in his base, right? That would be so good for a market. But yeah, now he's gonna find 60 wood, but that's a typical frustrating wood treasure you find always after you chopped for the whole house, you know? And then you get 60 wood. It's still nice, but it's just useless for now. It's gonna help you only later on. And at this point, he would have been happier, I think, to find a food treasure. But
no,
still
I
good.
completely agree. It's funny how like the value of treasures changes just depending on where you're at in the game. Getting a food treasure before you age up, nice. Getting a wood treasure before you need to chop it is excellent. But then the value of the treasure can change just like within like seconds.
Exactly.
Really, so.
That's very true. Another good example is the experience treasures. When you find an experience treasure before you ship your villager shipment, it's actually insane. Like, it's nearly OP, really. You get so much food out of like 80 XP, probably translates into 100 food or something just from the 3 villager shipments. So it's absolutely insane. But when you get it later on, sometimes it's negligible. But either way, Hero is aging a bit before France. So he went for the 14 age up, which is something you can do quite often actually on EP, as you have extra food crates, 200 extra food. And France is going for the standard 14 CDBs age up and waiting to take a trading post there.
Yep. Picked up that second scout, which I'll take it. You can't ever get enough map control. I mean, map vision, I should say. Oh, and Iroh is making a beeline towards the exact same TP.
Oh, this is gonna be so close. Oh, just drop it. Damn it, Wicked had the wood. But then again, like, the Hero Explorer is so low HP, but there's that dude. That dude is so annoying. Like, 40 attack. He outranges your Explorer. So I guess, I don't know who would really win that, because Wicked is... Yeah, there's a Cherokee Rifleman as well. That's why Wicked went back. That makes sense, okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I was thinking in my head, what if he brings both scouts and just kind of punches the war chief? But yeah, these two units right here just change everything.
Would have been worth a try, though. Would have been worth trying, because if you kill that dude, you also get 100 XP. It's absolutely huge. But he decided not to do it anyway. So but no, he goes... Yeah, because Wicked kind of wants to have a TP which is on the border of the map, so that it's a bit harder for Hero to siege down. So he had to go to the absolute opposite of the map. Like, he's gonna have his TP after his H2, which is not ideal.
Yeah. No, completely agree. I think Snow came out really on top in this entire H1 exchange. 2 TPs down. This war hut here covering this TP as well as the choke point. And then that longhouse is just providing a lot of vision on this western side of the map.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna be tough for Wicked to raid, although he's anyway going for a barracks, so he won't have any cav anytime soon. And Snow identifies that barracks, but he's already got 4 Kanyas and they popped in his base, although it doesn't make a big difference. But yeah, he's gonna be able to idle, but then the follow-up is not gonna be that good for Eric. The Kanyas won't do much in like 20 seconds. There will be Musketeers out to defend.
Yeah.
Wicked doing a good job.
He's shooting the War Chief. I like that.
Yeah. Ooh, why? Oh, he should have. Imagine if that Explorer here. Like, he came in to crackshot the Renegado. He could have finished that War Chief. It's absolutely huge, especially if it dies in your base, and it's even harder for Hero to get it back. And damn it, that would have been a good pickup for Wicked Cossack there. However, I like the Aenas from Eric, from Snow. Just because with the Kanyas he can snare the Musketeers, and the Aenas totally kill the Musketeers so fast. Like, they're so good.
Snow sees Musketeers, he makes a Aena. I respect that.
Yep.
Not quite pushing the issue though, which I also equally respect. The easiest way to lose your army at this stage of the game is to just overextend into underneath someone's town center. So, nonetheless, some good posturing from Snow. He's picking up this third trading post. I guess he's gonna work on this one. He has the map control, so why not take out the TPs and establish perhaps Stagecoach for himself?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can expect 600 wood next from Eric, from Snow, so that he can get the full TP line, which is going to be very nice for him, but also going to give some time to Wicked to actually age up safely. I don't like that he's pushing out with like 9 Musketeers, though. That is extreme. Okay, he's going back, because that is extremely scary. However, with the native scout in stealth mode here, he maybe feels a little bit safer just because he can see some units coming. But still, has to be really careful. Gonna click to Fortress just now. And actually, we have the 800 resources coming in for Hero, which is quite smart from Eric, because it's both gonna help him towards aging up, and also gonna provide him 300 wood, which should be enough for the last trading post and a Stagecoach with a little bit of chopping.
Is that actually 800 resources?
Yeah, it shows as 600 on the UI because it's what it used to be on the RE patch, but it was buffed on EP. So it's actually 300 wood, 300 food, 200 gold, I believe.
That is an amazing shipment. I was not aware that it was buffed, but wow, okay, cool.
Even if you sell everything, like if you sell all the food and all the wood from that 800 resources, it's still worth more than 600 gold. So you can literally replace 600 gold by that. And if you need wood or food or anything, you have it in that shipment anyway, right? So it's just so good. Like,
yeah, what an amazing shipment. But anyway, as I stop embarrassing myself from my lack of knowledge for what the patch did.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's quite a recent change. It's maybe 6 months old, so we can't expect you to know that.
Yeah. Fair, very fair. Thank you so much for the patience. But yeah, he's up to the Fortress Age. Wicked is, and I guess he's going to try to hit a Falconet timing and try to force the issue before Eero has the tools out in the map to deal with those 2 Falconets.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's going to have a window because Eero hasn't started aging yet. That's a price to pay when you Stagecoach, I guess. And he will be able to at least break a TP there, but not going to go for the War Hut. However, it's always a little bit awkward to go for that kind of stuff without 700 wood. I mean, it means obviously that Wicked is faster, but getting the veterancy while also getting the pop space for stuff like 2 Fogs is kind of painful without that wood. So he doesn't have that musk just yet.
Yeah, not quite. Though to be fair, the Musketeers not quite engaging in anything yet. I think the Falconets are forcing some respect.
Yep.
So not a huge factor, but yes, I agree. Like these Musketeers should be veteran as of this point.
Yeah. Then at the same time, I kind of like that Wicked takes a trading post before getting the veterancy. It's just more important right now. I mean, he's gonna get some wood back right now as well, which is just so good. On this map, you get basically 100 resources, so he gets already back half of the trading post just now. And he can always get the veterancy a bit later because he kind of knew that Hero would be going H3 anyway. So you don't really need veteran musk just yet. So he's gonna get back half of the TP line, which is gonna be really nice. Snow coming in for a big crack shot, always really sad to get crack shot like that, but not much you can do about it.
No, absolutely. I'm just really digging the play from Wicked Cossack here. You know, it was a little tenuous. Like it was a bit of a stretch to do so much with so little units. It wasn't a ton of musketeers, and it was only 2 falconets. But he took back half the TP line, and now his army is slowly growing to become something that Iroquois is going to have more and more trouble dealing with.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, imagine if this 5-gun shipment would have been 3 queers. Imagine 3 queers and just going snaring all that.
Yeah,
That would have been so good. However, 5 guns, I don't think you need that just because Hero doesn't really get that much cav early on usually, and he's already got the moss, but still, at least the guns give him some mobility. Maybe he knows that Snow raids a lot, always, so maybe he wants the guns to be able to catch the raids, which makes sense. But he does need to get that veterancy at some point. Like now, you kind of need to get veteran must because you don't know when the next fight is gonna be. Could be in 30 seconds, really. So you kind of need that must like right now. Trade in the market, sell some food, buy wood, whatever. Set your TPs on wood. I don't know. Just get that veterancy in. It's extremely important now.
Yeah, especially so many musketeers. I completely agree with you. He's pulling up just a little bit. He'll be close, but no, he has to build a house here in a few moments, right? Yeah. So that veterancy is gonna take just a little bit while longer, and I agree with you. Not a huge fan of that.
And sadly, I've got the feeling that he just doesn't want to tag them to veteran.
Oh, but it'd be so worth it. He's got so many of them, and
you have to.
A lot of it.
Have to. But I don't think he will. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like, because if he wanted to, he would have already done it. I mean, he could. But well, however, we have to say that this choke is just so good for the falconets. I mean, this is how do you go in to kill falconets here?
You don't. This is actually my first time seeing this on this map, which I feel like I should have seen this a lot earlier. But yeah, like these falconets are tucked away so snugly. What are you gonna do?
And Eric is going for it, so I don't know. I mean, he might be able to take the fight, but it's definitely not a good trade. You might as well wait. I mean, these falconets are not gonna sit here forever. He can maybe also get the TP down with them, sure, but at some point he will move his falconets out of the choke, right? So you might as well wait until that point. So Eric went back, but he did give like 5 tomahawks for free, which is obviously not ideal. So this is such a close game. This is a really close game, actually. I mean, they both got the similar eco to trading posts, similar amount of bills. France having obviously more eco because he's got Gangsa and steel traps, while Hero has just a standard hunting dogs and placer mines. However, the Hero units are stronger, especially since Wicked did not get... Oh, he's getting veteran musk now, kind of really late. In fact, it's gonna be fine, right? They didn't fight, so it's fine that he didn't tech veterancy, but it's just so risky to wait so long before you tech them. But now he will get it in, so I think Wicked is in quite a good spot.
Yeah, he is. I love this scout here. Completely saw all of these Kanya.
Yeah.
I think Snow is going for a raid here on the western part of the map, but all of the economy is over here on this side of the map, so they're not going to accomplish much. Wicked will have plenty of time to deal with that. And his position is just fantastic.
Yeah, and again sitting in sort of a choke, at least next to the cliff and some trees as well, so it's gonna again be quite hard for Eric to push in. And it looks like he does want to, and always this is gonna be tough for Eric. I mean, is he gonna just go in with his infantry and shoot at the fox, or what is the plan here? He's trying to flank, but I think Wicked's got just such a good positioning here. One falconet going down, the Kanya's going on top of the infantry, but getting blocked by the trees. The Queer's also blocking. The falconets finally died, but most of the infantry of Eric is actually dead. And I think this is a pretty good fight for Wicked at this point. He's got just more skirmishers left. He's got some must, which just deal a lot of damage to everything. Also pulling a couple of CDBs in to punch and tank. And yeah, look at these scores. Like, Wicked just won that fight so hard. This is so good for him.
That was magnificent, honestly. So that was some beautiful play from Wicked. You do not often see the terrain being utilized in these fights, like but Wicked showing using this choke, using this cliff here as cover. Snow had to sacrifice so many units just to right click those falconets, and he paid such a heavy price.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna be like, oh my god, a huge raid, but these are musket riders, so it's not too bad. But still, he's gonna have to pull back his bills and probably gonna lose quite a lot of them. But yeah, I agree. This was such a great positioning from Wicked there, and also a big mistake from Eric to actually try to take the fight, because instead, wait, my mouse was bugging. Okay, it's fine now. Instead, he can push here, exactly here. Right? He didn't need to go fight that choke. He could push there before instead of taking that fight. It would have been just so much better. But he did kill quite a few CDBs, but now Wicked is ahead in the trading post. And there's just enough musks here, I believe, especially when the couple queers from Wicked join the fray. This is looking pretty good for Wicked. However, I mean,
it really is.
It was kind of looking over, honestly, but that raid is helping Eric to Snow to come back in the game, but still I don't think it's enough. I would still say Wicked is quite ahead right now.
I completely agree with that assessment. That raid actually ended up doing a little bit more than I anticipated, just because it was ranged cavalry doing the raiding, but they just snared the CDB and 5 of them did go down.
Yeah. And CDB is not too good against melee units, even if it's dragoons. I mean, musket riders in melee mode, still not too good. With the range resist. And now Wicked is just having the superior skirmisher mass, which is not something you always have against Hero, because Hero skirms are so strong, and you don't really have more than them usually. And also the War Chief being dead here is just makes it even harder for Eric to keep taking these trades, and he's getting pushed back. There's some wheels and food in a very awkward spot. Might get raided by these musks. That is a big raid.
Musketeer.
And I love this use of the musketeers by Wicked, because they don't do too much in fights at this point, and I think he can totally afford to send them to raid. And now Snow is going in, but I think there's just so many queers and enough dragoons. I think this is gonna be GG actually. Oh, pulling back the musks even just to play it safe. I guess that's also okay, just bringing them in the fight. Pretty good trade overall for WickedCossack again here, and the scores are again very much in favor of Wicked. Damn, I keep saying Eric instead of Wicked, but
it's all right. That was a really GG is called, and that was a really well played technical game. Excuse me, out of WickedCossack. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, very good positioning there. It's just so simple and so smart at the same time, right? I mean, just abusing these chokes, something not many people do, and it's definitely very good.
Wicked went straight to the Fortress Age, got his falconets, and then utilized them in a way that he was just able to get so much value out of them over and over again, and he just snowballed that into a win. Yeah, really well played.
Which is really something you have to do, because early on you don't really have any advantage over Hero as friends. Like, Hero units are just stronger. Sure, in late game you get queers with like Cav Combat, Cav HP and stuff, they are really strong. But early on, the Hero units are just extremely strong. However, yeah, the one thing that France does have is the 2 Fogs, and well, they just paid off so much in this game. Yeah, and that trade, I'm looking at it in the graph, and it's... Yeah, I mean, Eric Snow just lost twice the amount of units there, literally, and just an insane trade for Wicked here. And that was just game winning. Then a second trade, and yeah, and just also sitting on most of the TP line, 3 TPs against 1. Yeah, GG.
Yep, absolutely.
Maybe
that was
Eric,
a treat to watch.
Maybe Eric could have tried to do a little bit more in H2 with his arenas. Because if you're just gonna siege down the trading post, you might as well make Tomahawks, really. Because they siege more and, you know, but... Well, you could make only 5 Tomahawks instead of 10 arenas and get the same siege and age up a little bit earlier, maybe. I kind of expected him to sort of timing push at some point. The French base with his arenas and his Canyas get a good trade and then age behind. But he didn't really do too much with the arenas. Still, really good play from Wicked there for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And on to the next game. The series is tied up 1-1. We'll be playing on Iowa. Am I right? Yes.
And another map with a lot of chokes in the middle, especially. So you can again abuse some stuff. For example, longbows are better on this map than usual, just because in the chokes longbows are very strong. Hero with the forest crawlers again actually is very good. Do you know who is picking first here?
I think Wicked picked first. Oh, I don't even know. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna check.
So I picked and Pounder Kick. Okay, so I think Wicked picks here, and
Yeah, looks like he's thinking about it, but it's just because he said you can't hero or Germany, so I was feeling like Snow has to pick. But let me find the thread. All right, I've got it.
Sorry.
So Iowa is game 3. In game 2, the Nila Ninjas lock first. So in game 3, it's SKG, which means here Wicked Cossack indeed. So he has to pick first, and he cannot play Germany or France, which is funny really, because like if I was playing, for example, I would usually go Germany, France, like that's my kind of main series. But usually you really don't see Wicked Cossack playing that kind of stuff so much. Like he's more of a Dutch, India, auto and water, Portuguese player, and now he just already used 2 civs that he's not very familiar with. And now he's pulling the big India, So going 1-1 by using France and Germany is just pretty good for Wicked Cossack, I would say. And now, yeah, pulling his main civ. That's definitely
India,
Wicked's main civ.
Yeah, it's a good choice on this map too. I don't know if you can do aggro in the middle. I'm guessing nope. I was actually just thinking that.
Yeah, the aggro is a problem, probably. You have to either drop it on the sides next to these native posts, or just go Carney in base, pretty much. But knowing Wicked, or you can also go aggro in base, of course, in some matchups, but it just depends on the matchup. But knowing Wicked, he's not the kind of India player that necessarily has to go for a super aggressive aggro fort or something. He also likes to go defensive, do some more greedy stuff. So I don't think it's much of a problem for him. And then when you think about it, it's a map with a lot of really scattered hunts. Like you hunt usually very far from your town center quite early at like 10, 12 minutes. You're already quite far away. And I feel like this might be quite good for India as they don't need that much food. The TP line can also be nice in some matchups. India might be able to get a stagecoach. Well, it's just going to depend on what Snow picks here.
Looks like he's going for France.
All right. Yeah.
Another
not the
fun matchup.
Maybe not the greatest save on this map. But then again, it's another matchup where you kind of want to go for Falconets and Vet Musketeers. And again, the chokes could be extremely good here. So I can get that. And also, generally speaking, against India, you want to go heavy on skirmishers because the India cav is not very strong. So again, the chokes could be really nice here. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But it's going to be game 3 out of this play of 5 between Wicked Cossack and Snow indeed. And hoping that the next games are going to be as good as the previous one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, looking forward to this one.
Then again, France is also one of the main civs of Snow. I think Snow's main civs are Germany, France, and Brits. So he's also pulling one of his strong civs here against Wicked Cossack's main civ.
Absolutely, and I don't know. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show. I don't think you can fit an aggro in the middle with this spawn.
Nah. We gotta check the hunts though, because this map is known to spawn sometimes not fairly. However, it looks good here.
Yeah,
It looks pretty good.
Just, 4 for each and 2 mines. Pretty much protected. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. That's quite fair hunts, I think. Okay, we can go with that. All right. So on top of the map here, we have Wicked Cossack playing India in the color red against Snow in the color green in the bottom. And this is a coin start, which Wicked is not going to be pleased about, as India just hates the coin start really. However, he's going for a market, so he's going to get some use out of this coin here. probably also because he got 50 coin. And 50 coin is exactly what you need as India. You get 25 to buy 100 wood, because you need 125 gold to buy wood, and then another 25 for your food upgrade. And you can see he's already queuing the food upgrade, and that's pretty good. The only sad thing is that the wood is less valuable for India, so buying wood is not too good because they gather wood faster. But he does get the hunting upgrade before he's use his bills on any hunt at all. So all the food he's gonna gather is gonna be boosted. And yeah, 60 wood is very nice as well.
That was a pretty good start for Wicked, I want to say. As you pointed out, the 50 coin. He also got the 40 XP before his first shipment, going back to what we were talking about last game, and now 60 wood as well. So maybe not the optimal start for India due to the coin, but I think he's doing pretty okay.
He just made the best use out of it he could, really. And meanwhile, Eric also got quite a nice age 1. He's got 40 gold and 90 gold, so he didn't have to mine too much gold. And he's got hunting dogs, I think, quite early. Yeah, at 1 minute 16, which is a very decent time to get your hunting dogs in. So both of them having quite a smooth age 1 so far. Snow now working on that Tomahawk treasure. And actually Wicked as well. He's got a Tomahawk, so yeah.
Oh yeah, they actually both got Tomahawks. Interesting. I don't think it'll influence age 1 too much, but you never know. I could be completely wrong.
Well, the thing is that if they come to fight, Eric will win anyway, just because the elephants are absolute garbage, and so he will be able to kill Wicked's Tomahawk quite quickly. So then his Tomahawk will be still alive, and if he can get to snare the elephants, the Tomahawk has a 2-time multiplier against elephant because it's anti-cav. So if Wicked tries to fight, he's gonna get screwed pretty much. However, I don't think he will try. I think he knows he shouldn't. And yeah, the remaining treasures on the map are all on Snow's side. There's 3 food treasures, plus the useless treasure. But yeah, 2 of them being like totally at the border of the map. And India is gonna deny it. I think
he will, just barely. I don't know. This is definitely down.
I think Eric could kill the elephant and just ignore the treasure guardian at this point. Oh, Eric's got it. Unless there's a stomp. Nope. Okay.
All right. So that was a close call for Snow, but he did end up picking up that treasure, so which is excellent for him. I don't think he got it before his age up though.
And Wicked dropping his aggro with 950 food. So a little bit of a sloppy age up from Wicked here. He sort of forgot about it. So he's gonna age up quite late, really. I mean, he's gonna be up at 5:30. Unless he pulls more wheels on that wonder, he's gonna be up at 5:30, which is just super late. He's pulling 1 more wheel, probably aware that he has to age up a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah, so I think he got a little bit too caught up on the treasure contention and then just forgot to age, which is definitely a pretty significant blow this early on in the game.
Yeah. Not as bad for Asian civs, because if you do that as a European civ, it means that you're not training builds meanwhile, which is even worse. However, if you do it as India, you can still train builds. But yeah, you will still be delayed in your build order, and we have 2 forward builds from Snow here. Maybe he identified that Wicked is aging late, I don't know, but he feels comfortable sending 2 CDBs forward, probably to build a barracks there. Oh,
look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but it's salvaged. Okay.
Yeah, but look at how much damage that Tomahawk does. It's absolutely insane. Like, look at that. 32 damage. It's gonna die. He's gonna kill the second one. He locked it. Look. Oh wow.
That is nuts.
And now the Tomahawk is gonna die maybe as well. Holy moly. That is a good pickup. Not the worst, because that trading post did go up. However, Snow can even sit on that elephant if he wants and try to kill it again. Although I think Wicked should be able to escape upon age up, but
yeah, he should be able to get out. But still, but picking up both those elephants in age 1, that's a lot of experience. It throws a curveball at WickedCossack, and Overall, like Wicked's licking his wounds a little bit before H2 even hits. So yeah, Musketeers coming out.
Yeah, so Wicked aging up at 515, which is still a bit late, but not that late. Had to pay it with 2 wheels on the Wonder, though, which means less villager seconds in. 2 Sepoys going out. Wicked probably not expecting Musketeers to be trained directly from the middle of the map, so maybe being a little bit too ballsy with his Sepoys. We'll have to see if they can. Looks like he's going to pull them back. Okay, so not going to be a problem here for Wicked Cossack.
Absolutely, and no more Sepoys are in queue. So I guess he's gonna have to play this a little bit defensive. This trade post should go down in favor of Snow, and I wonder if Snow's gonna try to pick up this TP line.
It looks like
I feel like he
Wicked.
will.
Yeah, he's trying to. He's taking a second trading post with a CDB there. And meanwhile, Wicked, I expect to see him sending 600 gold, actually. Look, he's gathering for the next age. It's sort of a quick FF, the quickest kind of FF India can do. Sort of cutting some eco because you don't get the Ottoman villages. And also cutting infrastructures. It's a bit harder to get your market upgrades, maybe, and to get your consulate stable or anything. So I don't know how this is going to play out. Basically, for once, India will be up much earlier than France, or a bit earlier, let's say, which is not what you usually have. But meanwhile, Eric is getting a stagecoach.
Yeah, it's actually like fairly reminiscent to the previous game. In some ways, where Wicked Cossack, obviously the civilizations in map are all completely different, but Wicked is just going straight to the next stage, whereas Snow is getting stagecoach and delaying his age up. He does have quite a few musketeers, and I feel like there's enough musketeers on the map that he could really bloody up Wicked Cossack. But at the same time, I don't think that Snow is aware of what's going on Wicked's side of like what he's doing, which is basically a naked FF.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just going to be a little cautious and not utilize these musketeers in a way that would be useful to him at this point.
Right. Then, yeah, I don't know, because even 5 Gorkas can be enough to defend that, and he knows there can be Minutemen popping and stuff, so I think he's just playing it careful, which is fine. But yeah, I think, in fact, I have to favor Eric here. I mean, he's going to be up at the same time or even a bit before India. And what is this wonder?
I think that's Tower of Inspiration.
Yeah, the Tower of Victory, yeah. He's going to get inspiration.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, Tower of Victory.
And 800 wood as well. And yeah, some Gorkas are now trained, so now Eric can't do anything, but does he even need to do much? I mean, maybe at some point you need to do something, because India might drop some extra town centers and stuff, but right now he's sitting on just 3 TP stagecoach and in a very nice position.
For sure.
And when this
Wicked has...
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. I'm so sorry, hold on. Economic units... Wicked is ahead by 29 villagers to 25 CDB for some reason. Oh, I think the wood trickle is in there. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like 6 extra vills from the 2 wood trickles, which is kind of like 7 vills. It's like 6 extra Indian vills on wood, but it's 7 European vills because of the wood upgrade from India, something like that. I don't know. It's 6, 7 vills, something. So he's ahead, but with the stagecoach, he's definitely quite behind. And that stagecoach on this map is also extremely good. You get exactly 100 resources per pass, and oh, nice raid as well. And I killed probably only 1 vill, but still a nice pickup and causing some idle time.
Yeah, that was a good little raid. These musketeers may end up going down for it. I think that's, I don't know, 4 musketeers against a villager?
Probably not worth, especially when you're upgrading them to veteran, which he's doing now. But not too bad either. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it's not the greatest raid here by Eric. I think he should have just gone back in that direction after he killed 1 vill. Maybe he was a little bit too greedy with them. And now Eric adding some skirms. He still has quite a big number of mosques, even after losing 4 for free here. I mean, not for free, but... And, yeah, that is a scary army. And when the Falconets come in... actually, he shipped 8
Wicked
skirms.
has his siege elephants, which that'll help with the Falconets, but I don't... India just has such a small army.
Yeah, but he's got more skirms. And I guess Eric can't do much, right? And it's kind of a mind game here. I mean, Eric might just not ship Falconets now. You know, you can ship something else and then enjoy the fact that India has 2 siege elephants, which are essentially useless when you don't have artillery to kill with them. So he can maybe try to just ship skirms, queers, anything, until he gets to somehow kill the 2 siege elephants in one fight. And then after that, ship the Falconets.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Lots of Gurkha out on the map. I feel like an 8 skirmisher shipment would be good from the French player as of this point.
He's got it already. But yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Maybe 7 skirms.
Yeah, does he have 7? Yeah, he does. That's what I was thinking of, even though I didn't say it. But yeah. The TP goes down, which is a pretty nice move.
Yeah, the siege elephants at least provide some siege, obviously. But yeah, still
what do
not...
you think of...
Sorry, what?
What do you think of these Zambaraks? They're completely unupgraded.
He will probably upgrade them soon when he gets a wood for a stable, but he kind of needs some. He doesn't need too much anti-cav because, again, in this choke here, you can see boss players going for a lot of infantry just because of the chokes, right? You don't really want to go hand cav here. But still, you need a few, because if 8 queers show up, you need some anti-cav for sure. But he needs to upgrade them at some point, definitely. And to train more of them, of course. And the siege elephants, they don't do a lot of damage, but still a bit, you know? They still deal some.
Yeah, it's free real estate, really. They have 28 range, which is much more than the skirmishers. It's 40 siege damage. It's kind of like 2 Abyss guns with a little bit of area attack. And it's free, so he can get away with all these pot shots, which, especially as you pointed out in this choke point, is actually fairly valuable.
Yeah. So the shipment didn't really achieve what... Oh! They're gonna get sort of sniped, but not too bad. Skirmishers going forward. A bit too much forward, maybe, but a couple queers. Only 2 queers? 3 queers. Okay, it's a 3 queer shipment. But yeah, definitely not enough here. And then... yeah, WickedCossack using inspiration, so his units are even stronger now. And I feel like the Gorkhas are just a little bit stronger than skirms at this point. And I think this is a pretty good trade for Wicked so far. Queers going in, but getting sniped instantly. And just not all going at the same time, you know? Like, he's sort of trickling his queers in, sending queers on top of the anti-cav. And the Gorkhas are still alive. So I don't know how this is going, really. I think this is pretty good for India.
I want Urumi. I want them... to pop so badly out of this aggro fort.
He's got a shipment on the way too, maybe. I think.
Some more Gurkha popping out. This is so risky.
Yeah, I don't like Eric pushing here, and he's so low on the skirmisher count now.
I mean, these Gurkha have inspiration. Had inspiration. Were very beefy units for a little bit, and they were tucked away in this corner. Again, Wicked with just really good positioning of units, and I feel like Eric kind of hurt himself on WickedCossack's defenses.
That was not really necessary, pushing right there in the aggro fort, and 8 Zam's actually gonna come in. Maybe Wicked doesn't want to go Eurobis because of the chokes, but it would have been insane if they popped right in the fight, but yeah. So now it's gonna be tough for Snow, because he needs to get back in the skirmisher count. He's quite behind. He does have 2 barracks, so he might be able to do that. But for the time being, these are not good trades. These aren't good trades. Oh, that would be great. But yeah, Wicked is gonna react, so he's gonna lose maybe 3 wheels, something like that, but also gonna kill 1 queer, so it's not too bad. And meanwhile, he's taking good trades in the middle here with his Gorkhas. Still looking pretty solid for Wicked at this point. He's ahead in the score now. He was behind the whole game for the record, and now he isn't anymore. 1 siege elephant only is alive though, and there's 2 falconets finally coming in. gonna focus the Siege Elephant. It's gonna trade for a Falconet, which is... Oh, no!
Oh, it just barely doesn't. Oh, wow.
Damn it. Okay. So now, I don't know. 2 Falc's gonna be tough for Wicked to deal with. Then again,
is he going to throw down a castle, or is he going to...
No, 2 Zembraks dying. Okay. A cat? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth a castle and training Siege Elephants for 2 Falcons, especially when one of them is half HP already. I guess at this point you just go in. You just try to outmass and just go in with your stuff. Maybe Euromis as well, just to jam everything in. But yeah, this is just such a close game, really. Like, Snow is finally going to be able to probably rebuild his trading post. Oh, but Wicked is also adding a town center here.
Yeah, I like that town center, though the hunts on that side of the map are kind of running out, as opposed to maybe like this side of the map. However, I'm not going to overly criticize that decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that is sort of not optimal TC placement, I guess. On this side would have been better indeed, you're right. A couple of Queers getting caught here. How many
that
are
was
dead?
free.
Like 3. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah,
that's actually a lot of stuff. Especially with Cav Combat, there was a lot of units.
Oh, I kind of like this raid because he's you're on this western side of the map, but
I guess the 3 redcoats. The 3 redcoats will snare, and then the Veils will be able to escape in the town center. So Wicked will be in fact totally fine here, but it was looking already scary.
Yeah, I guess I take back what I was saying about that town center.
Yeah, I guess now it's paying off, but 4 Veils here.
Oh, are they? Ooh.
Yeah, but the sentries are gonna snare, and there's the dragoons behind. This could be a lot of Queers dying for Snow. The Queers are also a slow unit, only 6.25 instead of the 6.75, while the Zembraks are extremely fast. However, the Skirms are coming in to save most of the Queers, but still, I guess that was quite a good trade for Wicked here. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, I saw it. But is he?
His Explorer is grouped.
The Explorer's over here, though.
Yeah, it's grouped with the Skirm, so I think he wanted to build it, but it's not gonna build anytime soon. And he's not gonna send a Veil build on that side of the map, the trading post. So yeah, bit of a mistake here. I think he might as well just build it there. Because it's also a Lakota. And that is because at this point, yeah, I didn't think about that, but it's already 18 minutes, and at this point you get probably still 6 dogs, soon to be 7 dogs. Yeah, 6 dogs from the big button, it's a vanilla Nats. It's just insane. Streamer Houts. Where are the Streamer Houts?
They are, I don't know, Yurumi are also on the ground, but I don't see them.
Oh, yeah.
I think this town center goes down.
Yeah, I don't think he cares, though. I think Wicked should just go. He's got so much more stuff, and there's like the Mahouts and the Yurumis, and he doesn't have any build in that TC, so it's essentially 500 wood right now. He can rebuild it there. He's got the wood for it soon. But
yeah, I think he will. Did Snow just age up? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he's aging. Holy moly. Yeah, that's why India is so ahead in military. Okay, now I get it.
Oh, what an interesting decision to go to H4 at this point. But a risky one. Like, Cossack just has so much stuff on the map. The military mass he has is huge. If he can... Oh, nice raid.
Yeah, and he's sending more Queers. Wicked has to take a fight now. Oh my god, look at these skirms. What the hell is going on? No, there's no anti-cap for Eric. Trying to pull back some skirms to confuse the Mahouts, but this is gonna be very, very painful for Snow here, while he's aging up as well. I like the age up because the heavy cannons are almost impossible for India to deal with if you can cover them, but now it's not gonna be good. He's just losing his entire army while aging, and he did get a huge raid on top, but still, it doesn't... I mean, this is not India, you're just aging and you get caught out of position, honestly. I don't know.
No, I completely agree. GG is called... Yeah, that was quite the game.
Yeah, just such a... I'm kind of sad because I wanted to see the industrial with the heavy cannons, and that kind of stuff, you know, would have been really nice to see, and we didn't really get to see it, but that was such a brutal end to that game, which was a very close game, and then just like that, it's over. Wow.
Yeah, Cossack
Wow.
is showing that he can really eke a lot of value out of his units. Whether it's positioning, whether it's the inspiration, whether it's just picking up good fights. Uh, Wicked is just on top of it, I think.
Yeah, and Eric also, like, Wicked is basically taking the opportunities he's got, but it's also Snow giving him chances to take that kind of trades, and just
Yeah,
Wicked abusing these mistakes of Snow really well. Just whenever he has to, he just takes the right fight. We had that in the previous game, and we've got this in this game now as well. Eric just taking one bad trade at the Agrafort, indeed, very bad trade, and then another bad trade somehow, I don't remember that. And then at the end, a final fight where just, yeah,
yeah.
the
I think that final fight was really the nail in the coffin somehow. Like, I wanted to say that Snow was slightly behind at that point, but only slightly. But then just having all his units out in the middle of the map and getting caught by the Mahout, that is what ended the game more than anything.
Yeah, because I mean, meanwhile, Eric was still sitting on stagecoach for most of the game. Like, yeah, Wicked grabbed the TP on the left. He destroyed the middle TP sometimes. But overall, Snow had the control of the stagecoach, so he was in a decent position. But he just wasted too many units there. And also that training post. Imagine if he got the Lakota big button at some point. Any of them actually, even Wicked could have taken that. Would have been just a nice power spike, but we didn't get to see it happen. Also because you can get the bisons, by the way, because where was Eric even hunting at this point? Didn't have that much food left. So the bisons are quite nice. But yeah, anyway, good game. 2-1 for SKG. By the way, everyone was predicting everyone was predicting the Nila Ninjas to win these playoffs quite convincingly, and I think so far SKG is quite ahead. In fact,
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. I don't have the roster. Excuse me, the score of the EPL in front of me. Maybe I should have a look at that just so
I think it
get some
was
context.
it was 6-1, 6-1 for Lord Raphael against I Am Turk in the first series. Wait, let me think. Yeah, 6-1. So that's 6 points for SKG, and then 5-2 the other way around for the Nila Ninjas.
Hmm.
So that's 11 to 9. Wait,
Let me
what
have
am I
a look.
saying? I can't do math. I can't do math. It's 6 plus 2 against 5 plus 1. So that's 8 to 6. So right now, I don't know. I'd rather stop talking about this because I'm saying just something wrong, I think. But I'm pretty sure either way, SKG is ahead right now.
Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna get in touch with Comet K. Maybe he can just throw me some numbers real quick. But yes, indeed. Hold on, I'm spitballing too.
I would say right now it's I would say it's 10 to 7 for SKG, but I might have forgotten about one match. I'm not sure. I think it's 10 to 7. Not 100% sure.
Me neither. Hold on. We'll be able to figure it out by the time the next game ends. I'm gonna.
Yeah, actually I'm positive it should be 10 to 7 unless I can't do math, which is possible, but I think it should be 10 to 7 for SKG. So yeah, the Nila Ninjas, so Eric's team has to perform now.
Yes.
And now Florida, Eric is locking India, which is
I think the
definitely
Civ reset happens after this game. Am
indeed,
I
yeah, in
correct?
game 5, it's worth studying them probably, so that they know about that. I refuse to pick India. I will not.
Oh, you won't?
I will not pick India. Nah, but anyway, Wicked has to change, so it's not gonna be all India again. He cannot play India now.
Hmm.
Wicked needs to play something else. Not India, not Germany, not France. He might just go for Otto, because I know he likes to go Otto Water on this map.
I enjoy watching WickedCossack play water. He has some very particular but also clean builds that he uses for water. And it's always a treat to watch him play water as opposed to, for example, Kanisi will also play water, but he is absolutely balls to the walls with it, and which is respectable in its own way. I just prefer Wicked's like more subtle water style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. I understand what you mean. It's less like just slamming down all these walls and sort of hoping the opponent is just gonna do a mistake or just not punish it in the right way, just overcome it in the walls or something, just kind of stalling the game until you have an advantage. While in fact, on the other hand, Wicked is instead coming up with just accurate build orders for just like some subtle water boom while he's also training units and doing stuff. So it's pretty nice to see. Portomons. So yeah, he could have gone Otto, I guess, but going for Portos. All right.
He might be trying to play Ottoman, but with the Portuguese civilization. We'll have to see how he can do that. If anyone can do it, it would be Wicked.
I'm afraid if you don't train Vils as ports, it's not going to be very strong, but
we'll
have to see. Yeah, so that's game 4 of the play 07 between Wicked Cossack from SKG against Snow from Nila Ninjas, and the map is Florida, which is a map. I've got a call I need to pick up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to trust you to keep talking to people.
Absolutely, I will do that. No worries whatsoever.
All right.
Introducing the player here in the western part of the map. It is Wicked Cossack playing the red Portuguese. We also have a wood start on the ground. And then over here in the northeast, we have Snow playing the green Indian players. Civilization, should I say. It looks like Wicked Cossack is working on this treasure right here. 105 coin right off the bat. I think he's just going to go for that quick and easy to pick up. And another coin treasure is being taken here by Snow. It's kind of interesting. Both players opting for those coin treasures right off the bat. Hunting dogs coming down for Wicked Cossack. I am just having a look at what both players are doing and kind of thinking out loud here. This map is honestly actually one of my favorite maps. I like how it looks, and I also like that there's water, trade posts, a lot of resources to deal with. And the matchup itself is also kind of interesting. I've seen Wicked play Portuguese against India a few times in the EPL already. And they've always been some very interesting games. Kind of what we were going about earlier is that Wicked has a very particular style of water that I think a lot of people don't have. Wicked is more interested in exploring these different build orders and strategies and whatnot than many other players. That's why he's always a treat to watch. He's genuinely one of the people whose games I will tune into. And 2 dogs getting picked up here by Snow. Snow going for India. And both players with water decks. I tend to see a lot of India against Portuguese water as well in the EPL. Which is a very fun matchup, in my opinion. India's matchup kind of going with what I was saying earlier about France, but India's matchups are also kind of entertaining to watch, in my opinion. It's just an atypical civilization in the way that the European civilizations and deal with India. It's always a treat to watch. you know, with the Yurumi, with the siege elephants that are very different than, say, your standard falconet shipments as well. Wicked heading up to the next stage, and I do have a villager down here. He was making his way towards water and there he goes.
All right, I'm back. Sorry for that.
No worries.
I tried my best to show some stuff on the screen at the same time, but I didn't know what you were saying. So you probably were talking about stuff, and I was showing some other stuff. But either way, I'm back, and yeah,
I did my best to talk about things that did not require to be showed. So
I'm sure you did a good job. Eco Theory, yeah. So that's a standard Wicked FF where he's gonna go again for 2 docks. Eco Theory first card instead of schooners and just 700 wood, 700 gold. Usually it's what he likes to do. And an Agra fort next to the water. So that means Eric will have some control over the water. However, it will be maybe a little bit more awkward if he wants to pressure the Portuguese base. And he gets also less map control. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah, because all this area that India could have locked down with his Agra fort is kind of up for grabs now.
Yeah.
And I like that. Also, this is the same build I think that Cossack was used against a soldier on what was the map's name? Mendocino?
No,
is that
on Jebel Musa.
Yes. Jebel Musa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's done it several times already. So you kind of know when Wicked grins up as ports on the water map, you pretty much know he's going to do that at the moment. And if you check his deck, he doesn't have schooners, but he still has sort of a water deck. So this is not very heavy water, right? He doesn't have any fishing upgrade either. But you can still guess that he will go for water, but you know also he's not going to go schooners. So you kind of know his plan already. Did you see that 4 HP elephant? Well, now it's more than 4 because Eric aged up. Wait, I've got a problem with my taskbar. It's on top of the game now. I need to get rid of that. Damn it! Why now? I've got that bug where your taskbar is on top. You know. Ah, it's gone. Okay, great. All right. So yeah, sorry for that. 700 wood, 2 docks. Indeed, gonna spam some fishing boats.
I like this so much. Is Forest Boy coming out? Did he miss his batch?
I don't know if he really missed it, or if he just like you can when you're India you can't really. No, okay, it's 6 sepoys, so he just made 4 instead of 5. Okay, so that's fine. Just didn't make 5 because he got the market upgrades maybe and a trading post in transition, something like that.
Yeah, probably worth it, frankly speaking.
Yeah.
Because 6 sepoy are going to do the same amount of work as 7 will, I think, in this context.
6 sepoy is actually exactly 1 shoot a bill, so it's... But why only 5? Did he lose 1 to TC Fire?
Yeah, I think he did. Units lost tab shows 2 sepoy down. Yep.
Yeah, TC Fire is doing quite well. And Wicked is also belling exactly 10 villagers in there. So... Oh, and Wicked eating the ship now.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah. Huh. I don't disagree with that. May as well take them now, help them, have them help you get up to the fortress age, instead of just sitting on them and letting them be fat and also lose the game sort of deal.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time to eat them. However, maybe you don't want to delete them all and then set only 1 on each, because when you do that, you lose so much from the decay, in fact. We don't really talk about that so much, but in fact, animals decay really fast, and you lose a lot of the livestock when you do that. But well, either way.
Yeah. Is it livestock that decays quickly, or is it all animals?
No, it's all animals, but the thing is that livestock is more valuable as it gathers faster, so you really don't want it to decay that much. So usually you just kill 1 and set like 4 or 5 bills on it, and then you shift click them to the next one or delete the next one or something. But either way, not a big deal. He's aging, adding a barracks. in sort of a risky spot. Actually, I don't really like that barracks. He's gonna pull more vills on it. He wants to get it up before the sepoy is coming. And I think he's gonna lose 1 vill maybe. No, pulling back 2 vills.
Ooh, clutch. That was really well played.
Oh, yeah, that was actually really good. And the TC popping on the other side. But
that elephant.
Oh, I think
don't like that.
Minutemen, like Wicked needs Minutemen right now. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good from Wicked there. So I don't think the Sepoys can get the TC down. There's no way. So that is looking quite good for Wicked there. The Sepoys, did they really achieve anything this whole game?
Not really. If you look at units lost, not a single villager has gone down. Obviously, the villagers were in the town center for a little bit. But I'm sure that Wicked is more than happy to trade some idle time, shoot down some sepoy, and keep his villagers.
Yeah, especially when he's got... Sorry, when he's got just 10 or 11 vills in there, it's very efficient. And meanwhile, his fishing boats are gathering. So I think this is really good. And the TC is going up. And another sepoy going down. Just so many sepoys died to TC fire there.
13 have gone down since the beginning of the game, and WickedCossack has not trained a single military unit, besides the Minutemen.
Yeah. So he got away with his greedy build.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. So these sepoys are probably just dead. Oh, by the way, on another topic, ASAMK needs some suggestions for his UI, for the next UI, and I just think about something. What if you could see how much idle time one player had? Like, imagine the amount of villager seconds, the total, like knowing how many resources is lost by sitting in that town center. That would be really nice to see, I think. Now we could compare.
That would actually be...
Yeah, we could compare it to the amount of dead sepoys. Would be nice.
No, I completely agree with that suggestion. I think is actually recorded too in the post-game stats, so it's... I would like to say it's probably doable. I'll have to get in touch with Azam.
Yeah, it's maybe hard to do, but the UI knows at every second how many vills are idle, right? So it should be able to calculate at least roughly the amount of idle time. But anyway, 1k wood as well. So Wicked getting away with quite the greedy build here. Honestly, he didn't even need 8 Cazadors. He just played it safe, which I respect, of course. But in fact, when you think about it, he didn't even need the 8 Cazadors. He could have just made 5 and be totally fine. But still, he gets away with 1k wood now. He's got no upgrade on his fishing boats, though, except Eco Theory, which is, of course, very nice. But he doesn't have any fishing upgrade. Gonna kill one vill.
One villager down. Yeah, Wicked has just been getting so much value out of everything this game.
He does need to get... What? Yeah, go ahead.
Snow has just accomplished nothing with his sepoy, with his... Even this agri-fort that was kind of placed here to contest the water. The fishing boats don't care. They're just fishing peacefully down here in the southern half of the ocean. And none of this has really been a factor. So far, Snow has really just been hemorrhaging units.
Yeah. The aggro will deny some fish at some point, so it will later on matter. Like, Portuguese is going to be sort of contained, you know, because when you toggle the fog of war, you can see that most of the fish next to the agra is probably in range. While there's just no fish next to the border of the map here. That's my point. So in fact, the agra is denying most of the fish here. That's interesting.
It's actually denying all the fish except for this whale right here. That's the only resource that's out of range of that.
I don't know. Depends on the range, because it has more line of sight than range. So maybe you can also sneak some fishing boats on that side to fish a little bit. But yeah, mostly you can also sneak some up here if you go along the border of the map. Although there's nothing here, actually. Never mind. Wow. Yeah, it's denying so much fish. But still, regardless of that, there's also a point where on land, Portuguese outscale anyway. They just start training so many vills. So the fishing doesn't matter all that much if Portuguese can get a lot of vills on land. That is still a big amount of units here for Eric, really. And the Cazadors are... Oh, wow, what? He's got 3 frigates and he upgraded them. Extra 50% HP on them. What an insane upgrade. And so he's comfortable poking with Cassadors, with the frigates acting as anti-cav, and he's also going to be able to nuke the Agrafort with that. And that is why Portuguese has not many units compared to India, because he's invested so much into these boats.
I was surprised. I wasn't even paying attention to the water, but 3 frigates out. Wow. These Cassador are coming under fire, but they can retreat.
Mahal doing so much to Cassadors, but not really having time to do more than that. Yeah. I think Wicked should pull 1 frigate. Yeah, he's gonna do it now. He's gonna pull a frigate and just shoot it. Like just shoot the special attack now, and if he still got it, it's just so annoying to fight warships like that. Oh, siege elephants though.
Yeah, but are 2 siege elephants going to be enough against all of these frigates? This actually, one should probably be retreated, actually.
Yeah, but he got the extra 50% HP on it. He should retreat it now. It's too late. It's gonna die. No, siege elephants pulled back. Okay, yeah, the Cassadors. Yeah, good control actually from Wicked here. Just not losing that frigate. Killing one of the siege elephants. Gonna lose a few Cassadors here, but not the end of the world. His Vils, it's looking scary, but he's got frigates nearby, so it's fine. And the Agrafort is down. So that is looking solid for Wicked here. Although these Vils, what are they doing? Oh my god!
Oh no.
What?
That is a lot of dead villagers.
I think he tried to bring them here maybe, but the stable blocked because it's so close to the shore. Yeah, because he can't go through. He tries to go through, but he can't go through. The stable is blocking, and so he's gonna escape some Vils, but most of them died. So that is really good for Eric now, actually.
Yeah, 20 villagers have died.
Yeah.
Since the start of the game. Obviously, we don't know how many went down in that exact context, but damn.
Yeah, he must have lost some Vils somewhere else before, but still, yeah, it's 20 overall. It's just a lot of dead Vils. And India is actually ahead in eco, regardless of the water. Mams, though.
Oh, Lukes.
Wow, there's not that many seapoys either. If Wicked can pull back the Mams, or even if he doesn't pull back, honestly, he's just gonna clean this up. He's gonna lose like 1 man for the entire army. Pretty much.
Yeah, he's really is. These Mamelukes doing so much work. He doesn't even lose that top one yet. Oh wow. This was a brutal beatdown on Snow's army.
Snow is gonna snipe down that man, which is nicely done, you know, but it's still just 1 man for his entire army. So yeah, that is. It was starting to look really good for Snow, right? Ahead in eco, regardless of the water. All these fishing boats not going to be able to... Well, never mind. The Agrafort is down, so he could have gathered. But now, Snow also getting water himself. Building a frigate there. Shipping a frigate, actually, my bad. And along with the support of the Siege Elephant, which is a very good unit against water and against buildings. So it's a very handy unit in this situation. But
it's a good unit, but...
Yeah.
It's 3 frigates against this 1 from India, and it's not upgraded. It's got 2,000 HP compared to the 3,000 of these 3.
K5 actually now. Improved warships coming in as well.
Oh, wow.
An extra attack as well. That card is just so good. If you do build warships, then it's an insane card. And the MAM's rating as well. Well, the Zemburaks are going to be on top of it, so Wicked will have to pull back. Not sure how many Vils he killed. He kills 3 Vils there. No 5 Vils overall. Oh, 1 Zemburak snaring. I like that.
That's extremely cute. I like it too.
Yeah, gonna kill 1 extra MAM, which is just a lot of resources. 400 gold. So, but still taking forever to kill them, even though you got veteran Zemburaks. Finally, you're gonna die. Eric is just... I mean, let's face it, this matchup is pretty good for India, honestly. Like, he's just lost so many units, and he's remassed just so much, and he's still even in eco, regardless of the water. I suspect that Wicked also did not train that many Vils because he's a bit out of food at this point. So, still looking solid for India, despite losing pretty much his entire army for free in Portuguese base. But now, again, you have to deal with the warships. And that's not easy.
These warships will probably have free reign for the entirety of this game. But the scope of their influence is somewhat limited. I think this frigate goes down for India. So does this dock and this castle eventually. But India just has this entire map to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Then again, what Portuguese needs to do right now before anything else is what he's doing now. He needs to get the full control of the water. He needs to be able to gather the fish on all the map because he's out of hunts. He needs also to get the fishing boats upgrades maybe. He's, by the way, only on 11 boats. So in fact the water, if he doesn't train more boats again, the water doesn't matter all that much because he lost most of his boats somehow. Oh, and the Castador is getting caught. Oh, the Mahout's doing so much.
They truly are. Did Wicked Cossack overinvest on water at this point?
Didn't he overinvest? That was your question?
Yeah. Because two cards, some very expensive ships. Sure, he has control of the water, but he doesn't have the fishing boat economy behind it, and no dragoons either. So
yeah, that is true. That is a very good point. I think he sort of overreacted maybe. I mean, he sent the warship upgrade. He got one upgrade from the dock as well. And then just so many warships. And all that for what? An Agra fort and controlling the water with 14 fishing boats at 18 minutes? Like at this point, usually you would expect ports to have like no more fish even. Like just already use up all the fish of the water and be on the ways. But when in fact, he doesn't even have enough boats for just the ways, right? I mean, he's got 14, which is a ridiculous amount of boats. He's got less fields than India, although he's denying that and killing one veal as well. But still, yeah, looking just so solid for India. I don't see ports messing enough stuff now. And then the next thing to worry about as for ports is the fact that his units are quite bad compared to the Indian units. Like the Castadors are just not very good, while the Gorkhas are quite good.
Yeah, absolutely. These Castadors are really paper units in a way. You need a ton of them in order for them to be effective, and Wicked's military mass is just so underwhelming. I don't see him getting enough units to come back into this game, to be, in my opinion, but I again can be
if he doesn't get
mistaken.
Organ guns, I think he needs organ guns now. He cannot deal with the skirms, and even now he's showing his vet Haas as well, so Eric will know that there's hand cav on the way, and he's gonna keep making Zembrax and probably even next ship the Camel attack upgrade, which is very good even in H3. So I think he needs organ guns really, and just some stuff next to it. But even with organ guns, it's definitely not enough. I mean, the military gap is so huge.
16 military unit population to 78. That kind of put some numbers on the story of this game.
Yeah, and Wicked also losing the second ton center in his base now. Gonna have only the control of the water. So this game might still take a long time. I mean, you know, it's not like Snow is gonna be able to re-break the water or get the control of the shore there. But eventually it's just gonna be really bad for Wicked Cossack here. And we have a subscription from we need more time on that text. I couldn't see who subscribed there. So Kometke, if you're hearing me, please increase the time of the donation so that we can read that. But thank you for subscribing.
I have the Twitch chat in front of me on my phone.
Oh.
It's Steph the Bow. Steph the Bow subscribed with his Twitch Prime.
Thanks a lot, Steph the Bow. Oh, lots of veals getting caught here. And yeah, these trees are not so close to the shore, right? Because this is a classic lame, if I may say, you know, like just controlling the shore with warships and just gathering wood there, and then having your fishing boats on gold and food. However, there's not that much wood left for Wicked on the shore, so...
No, for sure.
And 2 TCs going down for Wicked Cossack?
But will it be enough? I don't think so.
Nah. Well, I mean, by pushing here, Eric is really giving a shot at Wicked to even up a bit the... Like, what is he trying to do right now? Why is he attacking the frigates? I don't understand that. He's just giving a chance to Wicked to actually come back in the military. Although, oh, Siege Elephant's coming in. That makes sense now. Look at these veals. They're gonna die. I mean, he's gonna try... is it... No, I think it's gonna be barely okay.
12 villagers get picked up by that frigid, but not enough. These siege elephants are just going to end up pushing these warships away. No matter how upgraded they are, siege elephants just win cost effectively.
Yeah, they are
The
really good
saloon coming
against
down.
water, and I think
That's
snow
cute.
will might. Oh, okay. End of the game. Just one thing I wanted to say: Wicked Cossack lost 62 vills in this game. And unfortunately,
Yes.
I can't see how many fishing boats he's lost, but surely he lost some as well. And he just shipped the fort at the end, but also the fort was popping, well, in the only shipment point, which is being surrounded by Euromies and Zembarak. So that fort, well, he might have been able to escape the fort in a frigate, but where could he realistically drop that fort? I don't really know. And his hussars on top as well. There was so much stuff going on right now, so I just need to finish talking about the game. The hussars on top were raiding, but getting caught by Zembrax and Minutemen as well. So, and straight TCs for Snow. Didn't talk about that, but yeah. So I understand why Wicked is resigning now. This is just over, but really good game.
That was a fun one as well. Truly some enjoyable games, and Snow evens up the series 2-2 now.
Yeah, indeed. And we can see in the villager graph how many villas Wicked has lost, which is really, it's looking very sad for Portuguese, because usually it's a civ that gets just so many villas at some point in the game. But in fact, in this game, Wicked peaked at 64 villas at 13 minutes, and he never really went over 64. Later, he reached 67, like 10 minutes later, but yeah, just not exactly the kind of Portuguese boom you want to have. And then India, in fact, outgathered and just outmassed the whole game, even though he lost so many units at some point. And yeah, GG. I think you really need schooners actually as ports here. If you want to go water, it's just so good.
Yeah, I feel like perhaps the schooner shipment would be a little bit better than the economic theory in this build.
Yeah.
I think Wicked's thought process is that the economic theory also helps out with the villagers.
And the boats,
but
yeah. Boss of them, but the thing that on EP, schooners means that you train your boats 40% faster, so 15 seconds instead of 25 seconds. And in fact, I did some math at some point. I don't really remember the numbers, but it's absolutely huge. Like the fact that they pop every time 10 seconds earlier. So the first boat pops 10 seconds earlier, the second one 20 seconds earlier, and so on. And at some point, when you calculate that, you realize that if you ship schooners and train like 20 boats, you get an extra, no kidding, like 1 or 2K food just from the fact that they pop earlier. So it's absolutely huge. And I don't think eco theory is really matching that at all.
No, I agree.
But
Civ reset, and it looks like Wicked Cossack going for Germany.
Yeah. Eric not quite locking Sue. I guess, yeah, but it's fine. He's gonna go Sue. He could still say, yeah, I want to change my Civ. I didn't lock, but you know, all good. They agree on that matchup. Sue against Germany on Mendocino, and
That's interesting. What do you think of this matchup?
I think it's Sue favored, although it depends on the map. But the Sue units just do so good against Germany. There's several things. First, the Boriders. Obviously, Germany in H2 has to go for crossbows and cannot do mosques against Boriders, which is awkward. Second thing, Axe Riders with Scav combat and dogs and all that kind of stuff. Also very tough for Germany to deal with, as they don't have any good anti-cav in H3, just war wagons, which are clunky, and dubs, which you don't really want to train. And the last thing is even that Wakinas are actually pretty good here, because Wakinas have less range, so they are bad in a skirmisher war. However, they do more damage, so they are really good at, for example, sniping war wagons. Like you can jam all your cav in and bring your Wakinas forward and just snipe the war wagons. With only 15 Wakinas or something, you one-shot a war wagon. So I really don't like this matchup as Germany. However, you still have more eco and you still get more units as Germany. But it just feels like it's very hard to take a good fight as Germany in this matchup. So that was my thinking.
Yeah,
It's not unwinnable for Germany, but I really like the Sue side of this.
I'm processing the information just a little bit from what you were saying, and I'm interested to see what both players do. I'm interested as well in maybe Wicked has some sort of atypical thing that he has planned. I don't know. I'm looking at his decks a little bit.
Well, to be fair, some people think it's German favored. I personally think it's Risu favored, but maybe Wicked just feels like it's a good matchup for Germany. We'll have to see.
Does Wicked play a lot of Sue?
I don't think he ever plays Su. I've never seen him play Su at all. And again, Germany, well, he's playing quite a lot of them recently, but not necessarily with the greatest results. Like I remember a series, it was during the New World Championship qualifiers. In that format, you could actually play a Civ until you win with it. And Wicked played Germany like 3 or 4 times in a series because he was never winning with them. And literally, I think it was against Maito. Rip. I think he lost 3 or 4 German games in the series and won almost all the other games with the other Civs. But he still plays Germany always, so we have to see if he can win this one. Why?
Did you get kicked or?
It said the host canceled the game.
Nope, it's still here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's what ESO told me, but that's bullshit apparently. I don't know. Let's just don't know what happened there.
And Snow is AFK.
Yeah, so either way, we'll have to wait for him. Maybe just going through his deck, talking with ASAC maybe for some briefing. I don't know. If we see him going for some sort of Warhat Axe Rider club stuff, we could assume that ASAM told him to do something like that, maybe.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yes.
And here we go.
Yeah.
Graining up into this one.
Indeed, graining up into that game 5 of the play all 7 between these players, and very good series so far. And I know sometimes I've said when I was casting that it was a good series because I wanted to be optimistic, you know. I mean, it wasn't the greatest series, but I said, yeah, good series. But now, I mean, this is really a good series, I think. All the games are pretty good, maybe except the German Mirror, I guess, which was a bit one-sided. But the 3 next games were really good. And I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. These have been, one, the games themselves have been close, and then 2, it's 2-2 right now. There is no clear winner to this series at all.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
Well, we have on the top left of the map Snow in the color green playing as Sue, and on the opposite side of the map WickedCossack in the color blue playing as Germany. No, do not do that. Oh my god, my German heart is melting right now. I cannot watch that. What is going on? He picked up a coin treasure with a set of wagon. You cannot do that. It's not allowed.
Should we
rehost?
I think we should give Snow an admin win for that one. I'll get in touch with the admins.
Yeah, it's just so much walking time. Still though, he's got the 80 coin in base, so he can buy wood and get hunting dogs quite nice and early regardless. But just, you can see he's not a main German player when you see that. That small detail, you know.
Yeah. No.
All right. So random coin treasure there in the middle of the map. So gonna pick it up. But yeah, Wicked. Yep. Regardless of that, you know, I mean, he's got 80 coin, which is exactly what he needs for a market. He's got 80 food now. It's already a decent age one, especially against Sue.
Yes, and he'll be popping down a house here in a few minutes. There we go. Minutes. That's more like seconds. Yeah. So market start for Germany, and nothing out of the Sue player just yet.
He needs to. I mean, he's got the Renegado also, which is. Wait, why is Snow not trying to... I mean, he's got the Renegado. He could have just snared that. but he's maybe waiting a bit more until he snares. Because if he would have snared right now, then Germany would have gone back directly, maybe. While now, he's sort of baiting Germany into staying more on the map, and now going to bring the Renegado. So now it's going to be that micro thing where the Sioux player tries to escape and the German player tries to crack shot, and it's just always so sad for the European player here.
Yeah, because there's 2 extra range, so he can't even get his crack shot off.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen this, but of course it exists.
Yeah, it's just so lame. Let's face it. Like, it's just so lame. Like, you cannot do anything. Wow. You can try to crack shot, and it sometimes works if the Sioux player is not microing the best. But Eric had a pretty solid control, and that's the end of that age 1 for Germany. So yeah, he got nice coin treasures, a nice food treasure, but now Sioux is gonna pick up everything else on the map if he wants to.
He can. And I think the speed boost, the speed buff out of the Sioux War Chief helps with that kiting just a little bit. So nice play out of Snow. I like it a lot.
Although it doesn't show right now. If you click on the Renegado, I think it's a bug from the UI. It should be more speed than 4.48. Should be like 5 point something. But, well, either way, it definitely works. You can even see that Renegado is sort of running because the animation doesn't follow the speed, if you see what I mean. Like, it's just not rewalking. But yeah, I'm now going to pick 2 dogs. I mean, there's no way Germany gets a trading post, which is huge already. Another reason why I don't like this matchup, you just lose the age 1 and then you might not get a trading post. And like, how do you get a trading post? Even if you send a Veal, like, it can die to 2 dogs and the Renegado. Like, it's awful.
Yeah, showing a lot of domination right off the bat. Huh. I'm not liking the looks of this for Wicked either.
Yeah. He's going to send out a Veal to rescue that Explorer, which will be at least close to 100 HP, or maybe, actually I think it will be 100 HP when the Veal comes in, and we have a donation, a $10 donation from Whisker Basket, which I think is a joke about WickedCossack's name. Whisker Basket indeed. Donating $10, thanks a lot. And
that is appreciated.
That Explorer is back up, but look, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Eric can just split his stuff. Maybe I think he should have only 1 dog here and like 1 dog there, something like that. But he did spot the. Did he spot the Explorer with his Renegado just now? I'm not sure, but
if he maybe just barely. He is following that Explorer in a way.
It will die though. He will crack shot, so that's good for Wicked. And now he might be able to get a TP unless Snow sends his dogs. But Snow is busy getting 135 XP, which is quite a nice treasure on the other side of the map. So Wicked might be able to sneak in a trading post, but it's so late already. You usually want it early so that it speeds up your build early on, like your first 2-3 cards. And now the XP curve for Germany is just not going to be that great.
Yeah, he would have liked to have that TP up way earlier, but that did not work out at all for him. So already some really solid play coming out of the Sioux player and some walls from the German.
These walls are a bit expensive. But yeah.
Yeah, he should delete those pillars.
Yeah,
it's 1, 2, 3, 20 wood. I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world, but wait, no, that's more.
That's 25 plus an extra wall segment that he could have avoided on the right, so like 30 extra wood, plus the walking and building time of the, well, not the walking time, I guess, but the building time of the Veal. So you can call that 40 wood maybe. It's not huge, but it's a small amount of wood. Either way, not much going on right now. Just Sioux dropped a stable, which is so standard, and especially in this matchup, you want to go for a stable as Sioux. Still, I feel like he could have denied the TP with the dogs. I don't think that TP should have gone up at all, but good for Wicked that he got it in.
Yeah. This is it's a good save, so to speak. He's getting that TP up, helps him bring him back into the game. Not that he was out of it, but it's a good thing that happened. And now
Yeah.
these bull riders, is he gonna go for crossbowman? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I would expect crossbows to be in queue. 5 pikes for safety in cases like 4 axe riders first, or even just a bash of axe riders, and then some crossbows. And but then again, like that's also the awkward stuff. Sure, you're kind of safe. Like you're safe with crossbow piker and Su in base, especially with the Minutemen. But then what? Like if Su just doesn't go in, like Su can age now, then he's got Boraiders, which is gonna upgrade in H3 anyway, right? And you have crossbow pike, which is just a bit awkward. However, Germany's killing 1 bill.
Yep. I just caught that. That's a pretty nice raid. Managing to pick up a villager.
Yep.
Trading in Ulan, probably 2 Ulans for it. Realistically speaking, I don't see this one getting away. And down he goes.
Yep. So all things
Yes.
considered, I guess. He also forced some idle time. It's maybe sort of an even trade, maybe a little bit better for Su killing 2 Ulans, but not a big deal. Meanwhile, Germany's gonna age. He cut 700 wood, just going for the quicker age up, which probably makes sense since he got his TP up late. If he would wait for the next card to age up, 700 gold, 3rd card in Colonial, he would probably age up really late without having that trading post early enough.
Yeah, for sure. But both players. Ooh.
Go ahead.
Is that? Oh, that villager does go down.
Yeah, he's got only 2 crossbows. That's the problem of aging up that early. Snow, I would have liked Snow to keep harassing there. I think he could just snipe the crossbows quickly, and then the pikes are sort of useless if you micro. And he could keep idling and harassing and all. So maybe being a little bit shy here, Snow could have achieved a little bit more, but
perhaps misreading a little bit the military situation for Wicked Cossack, or maybe just playing it a little safe. I don't know. I do agree with he could have perhaps pushed the issue. Stable coming down in the barracks. Wicked is chopping a lot of wood.
Yeah, which is what you do. When you don't ship 700 wood. He could go 1k wood, but I guess he could and should go 1k wood actually because he's up before Su, so he knows that most likely he can get away with 1k wood. Oh, nice catch from Snow there. That Ulan will die surely. What else do I want to say about that? Su decided to age up with the fast age, which is okay. You can also go with the Bisons, especially against Germany, like the typical 10 TPs. I don't know if you really know about the TPs nowadays, but they affect the gathering and they also affect your unit's HP. So if you build 10 TPs and age up with the 12 Bisons, you can sit in base for so long between the TPs. And if your opponent tries to push you, you just crush because you've got extra HP on your units, basically. And he decided to go for the more old school standard Su play, which is just fast age and
bull riders and axe riders and cavalry.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and look at those war wagons. That's a few of them.
Who wins this fight? I couldn't tell. I think it's close.
I mean, Germany has only anti-cav, but I guess there are 4 Wakina in here.
And some Boar Riders, which are better than War Wagons. Although they're not veterans, so maybe not actually. He kind of needs... Yeah, he can't go in actually, never mind. I didn't see that none of his units are upgraded. Neither the Boar Riders nor the Axe Riders. Now he's getting the Axe Rider upgrade. So yeah, I guess he wants to wait for more upgrades. Maybe 1 more unit shipment and then he can try to fight, maybe. Although you can also just wait for the big button, right? Wait for the 16 minutes mark, get the dogs and calf combat and just crush.
Yep. Wakina shipment coming out. And Wakina's obviously a very strong unit, better than skirmishers. It's so hard to call.
They have less range, which is very sad in a skirmisher war because you get shot for free.
Yes.
But the good thing is that they have low HP and high attack, which is what you want for a skirmisher unit. Skirms are not supposed to tank, they're supposed to deal damage. So having more attack is really valuable. I mean, 20 attack is as much as a forest brawler. And forest brawlers are insane. And Wakinas are cheaper. They're a cheap skirmisher unit, only 60 foot 40 gold. So they're actually quite good in this scenario here, just to snipe the war wagons, like I was saying before this game. Like, I'm sure this mass of Wakinas, I'm not sure, but I think they should one-shoot a war wagon or almost. So that's kind of scary, really.
Yeah, and then these war wagons. I mean, there are a few axe riders. They will be helpful in this fight, but as you were saying, the Wakina. I don't know. There's just so much Wakina and so many war wagons, which. All right. Anyway, there we go. Some poking going on. A few skirmishers going down.
Yeah.
I'm liking this more for Sue, I think.
Yeah, me too. It's also like Germany is gonna keep outgathering. He's got more vills because he killed. Did he kill more? Yeah, he killed 2 vills and he lost 1. And he's just Germany, so Germany has more eco than Sue. He's also got steel traps, where Germany obviously cannot get that. But it's really more about military than about eco. Even though Germany will keep getting more stuff and more eco, his units are so much worse, and that's gonna be a big problem for him. And Sue is already ahead in military somehow. I think Wicked has... No, he doesn't have mercs on the way. I don't know why Sue got more stuff. Usually at this point, Germany should have more, just because some of the units are Ulans for free, and they take a lot of pop space as well. But I guess he did lose 4 pikes and 5 Ulans, so that is probably why Germany is behind in military right now.
Yes, Sue, for the time being, has only lost a single Wakina, at least in terms of like military units. So getting up a huge mass of axe riders, and it's going to be a little tricky, I think, for Germany to deal with, especially with war wagons, which are sort of an awkward anti-cav unit. Not that they're bad per se, but I think awkward is a good way to put to describe them.
They are awkward for sure. And also, cav combat is already in for Sue. He's now just gonna check that there's no vills in that gold mine in the hunt, and then gonna proceed to siege down the trading post. And he's got a fire pit up. So Sue is all set up right now. He's set up for the dog soldier timing. He's gonna get probably cav HP next as well, and then call the dogs, like get 6 dogs, and just take a fight. And I don't think Germany will win it. He's also going so heavy on Ulan, which is not what you want against Sue. You want more war wagons. Maybe get the Jaegers, the Black Riders. I mean, you just really want Skirm war wagon. Unless you see Sue going really heavy on Wakina, then you can get more Ulans. But like, that is so many Ulans, and I don't think it's a unit you want against Sue at all.
No, completely agree. I mean, that is a lot of Ulans, but... it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one for me to call. The fire pit does go down for the Sue player, so he doesn't have the attack dance available to him. Kind of an awkward placement for it, though.
Yeah, weird placement. That's true. I don't know why he didn't drop it like here or something. But
yeah, or there. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere else, kind of. But I don't know why in front. But either way,
cav combat went down for the Sue player.
Cav attack. Usually you want HP, but I guess you will anyway get the 3 of them before the big button. It's just massing almost pure Axe Rider. 32 Axe Riders. That is so many, and they're so strong. 54 attack. Way more attack than Ulans actually, and more HP as well, of course. But they're more expensive, to be fair. But yeah, much more HP. Wow.
I think they're the better unit here at this point in the game, with so many stacked upgrades on them. And now Sue player is pushing on top of these resources too. I might add, Germany is out of resources except for this mine and those hunts right there. So if Sue just pushes this location, even if they trade evenly, I think it goes into their favor.
Yeah, the only thing is, again, I think he's waiting for the big button, so he will not go in. He could, I mean, let's face it, he could have gone it and win the game now, but I think he plays it safe and waits for the dogs. However, I don't know why he makes that many Axe Riders, plus the dogs, it's going to be so many. I feel like he should have made maybe 10 Bariders instead of 10 Axe Riders at some point. I don't know.
No, yeah, for sure.
Because the patching is going to be awkward. That could be a problem for Sue. When you have that much cav, some of them will not fight. So, I don't know. But yeah, still a scary Sue army for sure.
I just want to see that big button go down, and now he has almost all of his villagers on food. So I think it'll come down here pretty shortly.
Then again, the fire pit is going to suck, man, because how is he going to pull vills on it? The only vills he had nearby are running away from it. I think he should have just set them on the fire pit and not even try to go forward anywhere. because he really needs to dance as well for that timing. And I think we can see Cav HP coming in next card for Snow. Then he's got triple carded Cav. Black Rider is gonna be very nice here for Germany though. But with
Yeah,
that much
that's a good shipment.
with that much Cav, I think he should have sneaked Cav Combat in at some point maybe. Maybe he can do it next, but it might be too late. Like you definitely want Cav Combat as Germany here.
You can kind of see how those 2 trade posts for the Sioux player really are starting to pay off because he's ahead a shipment, and he's been ahead for quite a while. There's the Capcom.
I think he's actually ahead 2 shipments.
2 shipments. No, I agree. Which is not what you want as the German player. Raid going down here.
I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but yeah, small raid gonna die. A couple of raiders defending there. Maybe killing 1 Vil. I don't know. Oh, some Vils, 3 Vils, but Vils don't matter now because the next fight is gonna decide the game. So that choke is gonna be bad for Sue. That is gonna be a bad choke for Sue. But is it gonna really matter? I'm not sure. He's going in, just gonna set move all his cav. And this is a weird fight. The stuff is not really fighting. That's a bit unfortunate, really. But
I mean, these Black Riders and these War Wagons should be having a field day with all the hand cavalry here, but I think there's just slightly too much for the Sioux player. It doesn't matter.
Big raid. Oh no, never mind. Couple of raiders on top also defending. But yeah, I mean, this is going as well as it could go for Germany. Is Germany winning that?
Oh, just barely, I think so, because the skirmishers are still there.
What? I think the choke was...
Black Riders are also up.
Yeah, actually the choke was too bad for Sue here. He needed to split his cav, and that's what I was talking about. I mean, it was kind of buggy, but also kind of because Snow made like 50 Axe Riders, and I was like, dude, just make some Bow Riders, and then this happens, they just don't fight, and Germany's won. I mean, this is over.
I think you're correct. Yeah, no, because what happens now?
I did not expect that to happen. That just a terrible position for Sue to fight. Wow. And yeah, the cavalry kind of bugging there. A bit unfortunate, really, but happens, unfortunately.
And now, with these Black Riders and the War Wagons, Wicked Cossack has all the tools that is... Oh, and Doppelsolder's coming in as well.
Yeah, Dobb's gonna... Actually quite fine here. Just gonna add some... Yeah, and Eric resigning. GG.
Wow, GG. I did not expect the fight to go that way, and I don't think anyone did. Except for maybe Wicked.
I don't know if he had the War Chief in the battle.
I think he did.
I think he did, but I don't know. It's not that. Yeah, but...
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, the choke was just so bad.
Just range cav against melee cav and a choke point. So again, coming back to what Wicked was doing earlier, which was utilizing the terrain to his advantage.
Good position for Wicked, and just bad decision from Snow to fight there. And also, I think I'm going to check in the Vil graph, and we can see a lot of German Vils died as well. So the Vils also tanked. Like, if you look at the graph, Germany lost 13 Vils there. 12, 13 or something. And they just tanked so much. Just soaking so much damage. And yeah, there's no way. I mean, they had the same mass, but Sue has better units. Plus, he has Cav Combat, Cav Attack, Cav HP, and the Fire Pit. There's no way. Plus, even the War Chief. Just no way you lose that fight as Sue if you don't take a terrible spot like that. A bit unfortunate for Eric there, but yeah. Well played by Wicked indeed, positioning himself quite nicely here again. And going up 3-2 now. Looking pretty good for him.
Yeah, no, that was an excellent play. Wicked is playing a very solid series right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Loving it.
Wow, yeah, and actually the Uhlans of Germany, I expected them to do nothing there because it's not the right unit you want to do against Sue usually, but in that choke they did okay. In fact, it felt like the Uhlans were fighting maybe more than the Axe Riders because half of the Axe Riders in the back just couldn't reach any target. And meanwhile the Uhlans were just DPSing a lot, the Axe Riders. So yeah, that was unexpected.
And then there weren't a lot of Bow Riders either, right? So we had all the Black Riders and all the War Wagons just dishing out damage
Right.
and shooting all the while, whereas the Bull Riders, their number were fewer, so maybe not a lot. I can kind of see how that fight panned out.
Yeah, just more riders would be nice. Okay, so Nila Ninja is locked in game 2 and in game 4 and in game 6, which is the next game. So Nila Ninjas is Eric. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Indeed. Yeah, that was wow. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, I think it really came down just to the awkward position.
Yeah.
But again, that's a stretch on my end.
And it's well, the positioning and the fact that he didn't have enough riders, but it's also like Su usually, if there's one Civ in the game that can escape from pretty much any fight, it's Su, because Su is always faster than you. They can always escape. And he just sat there and kept fighting, you know? I think Eric was like, yeah, this is over. Like, I've killed a couple of Veers, he killed also a couple of Veers, but I've killed his Ulans. I'm sitting on 2 TPs, he has no TP. I got my big buttons, 3 cav upgrades, there's no way. And he was just said moving his stuff, and then his cav didn't fight, and he just didn't care, and then he lost, which is unfortunate for him, really.
And then Su obviously don't have like the economy to kind of mass up. I not that his economy was bad per se, it just wasn't as strong as the German economy, I think. But Dutch here on Grand Chaco,
yeah,
Dutch are really fun to watch.
It's a good pick. It's an okay first pick. You can sort of counter it with Brits or to some extent maybe Russia, although Russia-Dutch is close. But it's still a very good map for Dutch. You get to grab the llamas, you get to grab the coin treasures. There's a lot of coin treasures in H1. It's a solid Dutch map. We see Dutch quite a lot here. However, Brits do really well against Dutch. So here's that.
Yeah, they do. Tend to see these matchups come up on the no TP maps, the Dutch and the British, that sort of thing. Portuguese and India on the water maps.
Yeah.
But I enjoy these matchups, so it's all good with me.
Yeah, we can be glad it's not India-Russia again. We've seen India-Russia through all the New World Championship on no TP maps. And again, in the EPL now, we had so many times Russia, India, and everyone was kind of fed up with that matchup. And I'm glad we have Dutch Brits instead, which is more entertaining and a bit, we see it less often. So yeah. Going into that game 6 now. So the second to last game in this Play 07. And that's going to be indeed Dutch against Brits. Dutch being another of Eric's good saves for sure. I'm not sure how good Wicked is with Brits. I haven't seen him play it so much, but I think he does play some Brits.
I think Brits are straightforward enough. I think it should be a nice close game, I think.
Probably, yeah.
And we'll see if Snow can even up the series. I would like that.
Yeah, obviously. I'd like it to go to... well, we still see the same amount of games, right? So it doesn't matter all that much, but still it's nice to have a close series always.
Yeah.
A wood start, though, that's really good for Brits. They just get that extra veal or the hunting dogs in H1, and Dutch will get the bank a bit more easily in transition, which is very nice. But for the time being, it's going to be just better for Brits, slamming down 2 manos directly. Meanwhile, though, Dutch might get more llamas. Let's see on the right side there.
Oh, it's close. It's close, but I think Dutch gets it. But then they have to escort these llama back, which should free up these 2 llama for...
Right. But meanwhile, there's on this map, there's 2 times 2 llamas on each pond. And the mistake here from Eric is that he picked up only 2 llamas on the left. And usually if you... Well, even now he scouted them actually, but if you don't see 2 more llamas, you know they're somewhere anyway, so you should keep your explorer there. But he's sending his envoy. either way, it's going to be 6 to 2 llamas, which is pretty much what you expect to happen in this matchup. Like Dutch definitely get 4 llamas on one pawn because he's got one scout there, and on the other pawn you can expect them to get each 2 llamas because they're bossed there. So this is going as normal. You expect Dutch to get more, and it's going to be a nice small advantage, these 4 extra llamas he gets.
Yeah, for sure. Picking up 60 food as well over here. Gonna help him age up even faster than normal. Not the Dutch age up slow at all.
Yeah. Not the greatest treasure for 2 alligators, but still going to help age up for sure. Meanwhile, Wicked is getting a treasure that Snow would have loved to get, 100 coin, which is insane for Dutch at this point. Looks like Snow already macroed to go for 14 villager age up. So he decided he will age up in time, and I think he will indeed. And then usually it kind of sucks to go for 14 vills because you can't get your bank up in time. But with the extra 100 wood, from the start, I think he will have no trouble getting that bank up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yes, completely agree. So, yeah, I think a fairly good start for Snow already. Maybe slightly stronger and faster than Wicked's, despite the extra mana for the British player.
Although Eric does idle quite a lot. Snow idled quite a lot his stone center to go for that 14 village up. Not sure it was really worth. Kind of cut almost 1 vill. But either way, yeah, it's a good start for both of these players. And now another treasure for Snow there, 70 wood after that 100 XP. So now what we have to see is what Brit does, because Dutch has to pretty much adapt to what Brit is going to do. So if it's something aggressive, which it looks like it is, Dutch has to react accordingly.
I like that position a lot. Covers that hunt. It covers this mine just a little bit as well. And I guess the question is whether or not the British player opens up with Musketeers or Hussar at this point. Both of them aggressive options. I think because of the forward ability, he's going for Musketeers. Am I wrong?
I think you can always or almost always go for a forward base, no matter that you need to train. Even if you go Hussar, as long as you have the tower, you're quite safe. Even if Dutch goes for 8 pikes, because you can you have the tower to defend to some extent. But another option is to go for longbow pike as well. So we don't really know, but I think it's going to be a stable because look at that veil, he's sneaking it. I think it's going to be a side stable on top here.
Oh, that's cheeky. That's the kind of thing I like seeing out of Wicked Cossack. These small but subtle plays that no one else really does. I mean, other people do, but Wicked just does it a little bit more frequently than I think other players do.
Yeah, it's kind of a gamble, and usually people play safe in tournament because imagine for some reason that the Dutch explorer would scout this table here, then I think it's dead. Like he can 8 pike it at some point, he can just start pike. So I don't know, like it's not good if it's scouted, right? It's not very safe. However, if it's not scouted, it can pay off. And most people play it safe, but Wicked likes it. It seems like he likes to take some gambles like that, which is definitely entertaining to watch. I agree. Either way, Snow is gonna respond in a good way. I mean, he doesn't see the stable, but I think when you don't know what your opponent is doing in this matchup as Dutch, you just go stable anyway because it's safe to start with some cav. Because if you open skirms and he brings up hussars, you're dead. But if you open with a stable, you're safe against pretty much anything. So I don't know how much that side stable will matter because Snow will get hussars. There will be a window where Brits has cav and Dutch doesn't, but at some point, a big window actually. Never mind. At least 30 seconds where Brits can idle.
And these, I think Snow was not expecting like these Hussar to be in his base like this early.
Yeah.
So a little bit surprised here, but he does manage to get all his villagers in the town center. So we're looking at the bank wagon, just slapping it right down.
Yeah, just doesn't want to take any risk. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if the stable was in Wicked space, then you have more time for sure to pop your hussars and defend. However, when it's so close, yeah, you get idled so quickly. But still, with the TC fire, yeah, Snow. Oh no, okay, Wicked
that
gonna
was
escape.
so close.
Yeah, and more Huss as well. So now it's time for Snow to go back. Yeah, he's going back. I don't think he's lost any Veal. It was a pretty good control from Snow. You can see how many low HP Veals is. Oh, not that many actually, but a couple low HP Veals, not quite losing any. And Snow taking the fight with less cav, but popping Minutemen, so this should be good for Snow, I guess.
He should trade them.
He shouldn't attack
pretty well.
He shouldn't attack the Explorer with them. The Explorer is
yeah,
tanking.
No, he should. But the Hussar from the Dutch player, actually from both players, do get cleaned up. Something to point out, though, is that because of the amount of idle time the Dutch player was victim to, so to speak, he only got 4 Hussar out in his initial batch instead of his 5 that I think Dutch can normally get.
Oh, 8 pikes. Oh, Wicked reacting really, really well there. Gonna go on top of the Minutemen. I like that, actually. Using the fact that the pikemen are away to kill as many of the Minutemen as possible. Misclick on the market. Gonna get snared a bit. Maybe gonna lose 1 Huss that he didn't need to lose there. But still, gonna kill most of the Minutemen, so not too bad.
Oh, just barely getting out. Oh, that was good. Excellent use of the pull trick right there.
Yeah, indeed. Just dropping back the snared Hussars and then pulling them forward with the other Hussars. So yeah, you're right with the idle time. Like, Brits lost more Hussars, but he also forced Minutemen, killed Minutemen, forced 8 pikes, and idled so much, indeed.
But now the staples does go down. But I guess it does also like draw attention.
What if more Huss pop and these Huss go on top? I think he wants to save his Veal. He doesn't want to save the stable. So yeah, I guess you're right. It will go down. But I could have seen that happen. Imagine like all the Hussars just... Oh, he's being cheeky there, taking some trades, buying time. Don't know how that will go. He will escape. More Hussars. Oh, yeah, that's
there we go.
Wow, good micro from Wicked as well, pulling one of the Huss.
Oh, I love this so much. Wicked is getting so much value out of it. It is amazing. He's just picking the right fights at the right time. And now he has to retreat, though.
Yeah, now he's going to lose some. But still, I think even if he takes this fight and loses most of his cav, it's overall... I think he should have pulled back his Hussars and not take it, but still, it's... Okay. We can see in the units lost, it's maybe a bit in favor of Dutch now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know who is ahead now. I think Dutch might be ahead, actually. Just Brits has no military. His stable is going down. He repaired it, though. But
yeah, I saw that. I like that.
He still lost 17 Hussars. That's
17 is actually a fair amount. And the scores scores for a little bit were in the Dutch player's favor. But now I think it's a little bit more evened out.
Yeah, and the real problem is that in the back of that, Dutch is just aging up for free, pretty much. And that is a big problem. You want to do some damage when Dutch tries to age when you Brits. Unless you're like going H3 yourself or doing some really greedy stuff. But if you play standard Brits, you really want to damage Dutch. Yeah, that is a good raid, though.
And there's some damage right there. I think 1 villager will go down, not the second. That's a few units, though. That's pikemen and longbowmen. And with these and the villagers out of position, I wonder if British makes it... Oh, that's a good Hussar pop.
Yeah, and that's when it sucks for Brits, really. I mean, look at that. Snow is up to Fortress, and he's still taking the fight and gonna most likely clean it up, although more pikes coming in. Snow needs to be careful. I mean, he just aged. He doesn't want to overcome it right now. But still, I mean, you know, looking okay for Dutch, really. And good micro here from Snow, sending the pikes forward to block and tank. And meanwhile, DPSing with the Hussars behind. Not a fan of him taking that fight. The Hussars getting a bit caught. Not sure if it's enough for Brits, though.
Might not be enough, but he is getting some villager kills. Oh, ouch.
Yeah,
that is a big pop.
And in the next 10 seconds, you see 8 skirms popping or something. So, yeah, there you go. And then the longbows are dead. And I don't know, it's not looking good for Brits. He's ahead in eco, but I'm not sure it will matter if Dutch gets so far ahead in military and up 1 age as well.
Yeah, for sure. Because the British don't even have the fast age politician to help them just jump up. They'll have to slow age, and then with that all that time, Dutch just gets out of big, massive units. And Musketeers coming down too. I don't know if I like that. Against skirmishers and Reuters?
Yeah, I think he did that because of the massive Hussar production from Eric there. Like we can see in units lost that Eric lost 16 Huss. So it means he produced 17 Hussars in this game, and that's probably why Brits felt like he needed some Musks. But yeah, it's just awkward. When you're behind in military and Dutch has barely hit up, it's not looking too good for you. And what about the bank count? Because also Dutch is on 3 banks. That's why he's behind. But what if he can sneak 1k wood? I think he can totally afford to get 1k wood soon. Then he gets 2 more banks and you're back to almost even military. And here comes the 1k wood indeed. So really not looking very good for Brits, I think.
Yeah, not at all. Where is he hunting from? Oh, there he is. Okay. So, that's an interesting choice, hunting here as opposed to here. Does he have this back hunt scouted?
I think so, because it's dead animals. So he must have gone there at some point.
Huh, that is an interesting decision on Snow's end.
Kind of strange. Even that one is a bit closer, maybe. I guess it's equivalent. I don't know. Either way, he's grabbing map control. I mean, it's maybe not the safest spot to herd, but then again, he's got the military not really advantage, but probably enough to stand his own ground. And he's also dropping forward building. So he's just grabbing some map control. And then later he will still have that. And look at that. Maybe he anticipated also the fact that Brits would raid there, because Brits is thinking that Dutch would be herding. And he's going to send his Hussars now and going to find nothing.
Yeah, that makes sense. That actually does make sense. Oh, that's interesting. There was a raid down here to the south as well, but not a lot was accomplished.
Oh, one very low HP Vil, but no Vil actually died. Yeah, indeed.
Wicked's score is still pretty solid, and I think he's going to stick it out in H2. Yeah. What do you think of that decision?
He does need to stay H2 at this point, because he's soon gonna be gathering food out of his base, and I don't think he can age, because then he gets right click on his hunts pretty much. And also, like you pointed,
that is a lot of Hussar. Sorry.
Like you pointed out earlier, he can't follow up that easily because of the slow age. But that is indeed a lot of Hussars, but there's mostly vet Huss and Reuters from Dutch here, so not sure Wicked can retake that. But they do have Cav HP as well, which is a nice card here, very nice on 20 Hussars, definitely a good card. Yeah, this game is not quite over. It's quite close actually. Did Eric drop no bank? That is a problem maybe. He didn't drop any banks from 1k wood, which I really don't like. He just made.
What did he use the wood for? Oh, is that
second stable? Which is weird, because when you don't have that many banks, you don't even have the eco to train units from 2 stables. You can see you got 3 and 4 Reuters out now, which is not wonderful. I don't know, a second stable, a barracks, and a bunch of houses and veteran Hussars probably from the 1k wood, but I do believe you should have got 2 more banks. Because when you slam down some banks, you also get so much XP, you get your next shipment instantly probably when you build 2 banks. So, you know, I am confused by that a little bit. And he's also not fighting, because if you go for 3 banks and you don't build more, you kind of want to fight. But he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Hmm.
Oh, Wicked is aging himself.
Oh, is he? Oh, there he goes. He clicks up. Okay.
Right.
I was kind of wondering what his game plan was, but this is an awkward time to age, just as the Dutch player pushes in.
That is actually horrible. That's very kind of unlucky actually, but also just if you play it safe, you just don't age here as Brits, I think. Because yeah, now we're back to what I was saying. He has just no map control. He's gonna get crushed, and it might just be GG. I mean, I don't see that British army fighting that, especially if Eric can get Cav combat next with all that Cav. too
Can he
stable.
stall for enough time and kind of sneak up to the next stage? It'd be very tricky to do so, I think.
If he does get away with aging, he's won probably, but I don't think he will. And also all the cav, really good positioning from Eric, I think. And while the hussars are just the British hussars patting around the TC and the houses and going on top of the reiters. I don't know. The longbows are still strong, but more cav going in, and that is going to be really good. These extra 4 hussars are probably gonna. Yeah, this is over. This is over.
Yeah, absolutely. These longbowmen are going to get crushed by that batch of hussar, as you pointed out, and that just tips this game upside down and gives it to Snow, I think.
Yeah.
And there we go.
GG.
The GG is called. Snow just hitting that perfect timing.
Yeah, right when he's up. Just a bit risky. Yeah. Just a bit risky from Brits to age up at this point. I think you have, when you commit that long to H2, you have to stay H2 in this kind of game. You cannot age now. Either age earlier or don't age, I think.
Yeah. Because if all of that had been, for example, well, I don't know, because Musketeers are a little bit underwhelming in a fight like this one. And Longbowmen, they're not bad. They're not amazing units either against all this, so I don't know.
Yeah, longbows are quite scary. But you need to cover the vet house to cover them from the vet house. So you need, instead of aging, which is like 2k total resources, you can get like 22 muskets. And I think if you add 20-ish musketeers in that fight, and maybe musk attack or something, or even a 6 musk shipment, then I think Wicked wins the fight. Or more like Snow wouldn't go in. He would pull back probably. He didn't have enough skirms to re-snipe the musks. Would have been a close game, but this, I mean, it was a close game. It would have been close, I mean, if Brits didn't age. But aging was really greedy. And Snow punished it quite well, so it's going to be 3-3. And we're now going to go in the match point of this series.
Yeah, no, we are. Down to the wire until the end. This game decides. Cheeky Kazakh making fun of me, but this game does decide who wins the series, which is amazing for a playoff 7. For it to be decided by the last game.
Yeah.
And Cossack locks in his trademark India on this map, which I love.
Oh, Menshoya is such a good India map with the wood treasures and the yaks. Even some water potential if you're Wicked Cossack and you like to go water. There's also a trading post which can be nice for India. You don't have to have a trading post, but it can be a nice addition. So this is a very good Indian map. What is Snow gonna answer with?
That's what I'm thinking. Does he have Germany?
Yeah. He's only used Germany in the game 1 for the German mirror, so he could go Germany. I'm not sure it's really German favored on this map. It is probably German favored on a standard map, but on this one with the livestock and the treasures, I'm not sure how good it is for Germany. Although, to be fair, you also sometimes get a 5k gold mine in your base. Yeah, so depending on the spawn, you might have 5k gold in base, but even if you don't, then you have 2 times 2k, which is 4k. So either way, you have a lot of gold in base in this map, and quite good for Germany.
Yeah, and looks like he is going to go for Germany. Interesting.
I mean, it's a good pick, and he's good with Germany, so I respect that. Then again, Wicked is also strong with India, and like I said, it's probably a better Indian map.
Yeah,
so I think
so
this is going to be very close, actually. It's going to be very close. I expect
it's a fun
another
matchup
good
too.
game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. These have all been excellent games. The players are well matched, and they're like actually playing legitimately well. Really an exciting series. You have to. Yeah, I'd like to thank Comet K on stream real quick because he's the driving force behind a lot of these weekend tournaments. Organizing these is actually a lot of work, and he definitely should get some recognition for the amount of time he's putting into this. We can all be grateful to him.
Yeah, definitely. He's put lots of effort, and that's really really nice for sure. But yeah, Last game of this exciting series between two very strong players there. Indeed, quite evenly matched here, as the score is currently 3-3, and yeah, can't wait to see that last game. I don't know if we're gonna see some standard stuff from Wicked or some cheeky water build or something like that, but there's just so many options with India. Like you could
I would
see
love to see.
a consulate rush or something super aggressive, or just some greedy Gorka Zembarak or a Doc, or I don't know. We'll have to see what he does, but it's gonna be interesting for sure. Could I check the hunts quick? And I think it looks really good, and the gold mines are good, so we can go in.
And coin start, am I right?
Yeah, you are.
Wait, am I wrong? Yeah, okay, yeah. Coin start. So I think Snow is unhappier about that than India is.
Snow unhappy about the coin start now?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's quite happy about it because the coin start is not too good for India at all. While he can get a market himself, probably. I
Okay,
think
that's fair.
maybe if we could pick that up, he could have done like on Iowa and get a market in H1. But it's a bit hard to kill that dude with just an elephant or even two elephants. And you really want to go out on the map to find yaks or that. So I kind of like that he just ignored the gold this time. And he will build a market anyway. But gonna mine some gold, so he's gonna age late.
Yeah, so does this point us in the direction of not a consulate rush? Because I think he did do a consulate rush. I think someone with India did do a consulate rush against, was it soldiers, Germans, I believe?
I think it was.
Oh, wow.
It was Wicked against Soldier China on this map. Consulate Rush.
Oh, yes, you were completely correct. It was China, yeah.
Oh,
But
second.
also,
Oh my god, second wood treasure. That is huge.
that's a lot of wood.
Look at that too. If you toggle Fog of War, they were barely now they're showing, but they were barely in the black part. So I feel like Wicked should have maybe gone for the yaks because okay, now he's gonna have his stuns ability. Yeah, now he can stun. Okay, so that's fine. But meanwhile, at least as a trade-off, Germany gets 60 food and we'll get 2 more yaks.
Yep. And so, how many yaks does that bring us to each player?
It's even.
4 yaks for the German.
Yep.
4 for India. India should be able to. Let's see. There's the 4 remaining yak are on the German side of the map. Still, I think he's happy with the wood.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh my god! Again? Seriously?
Yeah, there's another. That was a great wood spawn for India. 3 wood treasures. 3 wood treasures on his side. It's amazing. So even though he's got a coin start, I think he should age up quite early.
Yeah, for sure.
And even though he picked up 2 big treasures, still not looking ridiculous in terms of yaks, right? He might even grab that one. He just spotted it now. Or maybe no. Okay, now he's going for it. Yeah.
He's going for it. Did he have it scouted? I think just barely with the TP, maybe. I don't know, but he will pick up that yak.
The TP just revealed that yak, and Snow working on that calf training time treasure, which is honestly sort of irrelevant in most of the games.
I'm sorry, you cut out, so I didn't hear if you said relevant, irrelevant.
Irrelevant. It's not relevant. Yeah, I mean it just doesn't really matter. Because even if you train your calf faster, you often get 1 less unit out, like 4 war wagons instead of 5, so it's not even much better at all. But either way, what is the yak count? Yeah, India is in fact ahead in yaks, and even if Germany gets the 2 last yaks next to his base, which it probably will, then it will be even. Even is still really good for Germany, right? You don't expect Germany to get as many yaks as India, since of course it's got only half the explorers, but with the 2 wood treasures, it's definitely good for India. And now he's being a bit greedy, going for that big coin treasure, and it's gonna be close.
I think he just barely picks it up.
Yeah, wow, that is so good.
and that is going to fuel quite a few sepoy out of the Agra fort. And I think, are we looking at a consulate rush?
I don't know. I don't know if we will have a consulate rush here. Can't really tell right now. I mean, nah, he's getting more market upgrades. There's no way. If you go for a consulate rush, if anything, you want a trading post. And I don't think you can afford to get market tax if you go for consulate rush, but I might be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. He's going for the 50 wood now. Such an insane age 1 for India. Again, he didn't grab that many yaks. Just so many treasures. 85 wood, 90 wood, 150 coin, and now 50 wood. It's just so good.
He really came out on top. That was amazing.
And he also...
I'd be feeling...
Go ahead.
I'm just saying I'd feel good if I were Wicked Cossack, but what relevant thing were you going to say?
Just that he also got away with getting the market in age 1. Aging a bit late, you know, but still. Not like getting a trading post, but the trading post on this map for India is maybe not that needed actually because of the yaks which grant you some experience already. Like these yaks are pretty much half a trading post, I think, right now. So a consulate indeed, and I think Eric Snow just scouted that barely.
Yeah, I think he saw it.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet that he saw that consulate, and if he didn't see it, he will see it now. Or maybe he doesn't.
I think he saw it. But yeah, either way, it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter, but he needs to come back anyway to confirm the flag. Because what if it's just an Ottoman consulate and then you go full crossbow defense, like you ship 8 bows to defend a consulate rush, and then in fact India goes for auto consulate and just goes greedy. Then you're pretty much fucked. Pardon me for that, but it is British. However, yeah, Eric not quite confirming that.
And he has 5 crossbowmen and 4 pikes out, so he's a little bit blind here. Because pikemen do not do any. I guess they help against the elephants.
Yeah, you kind of need the pikes because also it can be a 4 sour timing instead of you know, after 300 export you ship units. So now it's poison. No, not in base. Never mind, my bad. Wait, what? Why? Where are the red codes? Okay, now they pop. Okay, there we go. That is not a good consulate rush. I think it's because of the market, but usually you hit your timing at 6:30 a bit earlier, and you have more sepoys. Okay, but they're here. Okay, it's fine. Then. It's okay. Oh, 2 vills going down.
Single volley. That was quite the shot.
Yeah, indeed.
That already, I feel like he could just pull back and be perfectly happy with just getting 2 villagers so easily. But he's going to go for this house, which is... These are so exposed.
Yeah, not the greatest house placement, maybe. However, the crossbows do have more range, so he will... Even though he's outnumbered, he will be able to kite this. And India eventually is going to pull back. I think he should get the house down and then pull back, but yeah, okay. He's just gonna...
I feel like he could have gotten that. He should have been able to trade maybe 1 or 2 like Musketeer or Sepoy, I mean, and then gotten the house.
Probably, yeah.
Foreign logging coming down for Wicked, so he is going to transition out of this.
And I didn't quite see, but there was a raid in Wicked's base, but he hasn't lost any vill, and somehow all the Uhlans are dead, even though he did not call the sentries, the anti-cav Minutemen. He just punched them. I saw a vill there, so he must have been punching the Uhlans down. However, yeah, what is this, 8 bows or what?
8 bows just popped out, yeah, and like all these... Wicked has to hightail it out of there. He cannot stay in that position at all. The house still stands if we care about that, if anyone does,
But he lost more vills? 5 vills dead for Germany? This is looking very good for India, actually. I mean, he killed 5 vills, and then, yeah, sure, 8 bows popped, but he also lost 2 pikes, 6 Uhlans, 1 crossbow, 4, 6 sepoys, 1 musk, and a bit of idle time in the Indian base earlier. So this is an insane trade for India, and I wish India would just now proceed to burn that down, because Germany is not going to feel safe to defend that trading post, I think. So you can just burn it down. The threat of Star Wars would probably keep Germany in base. Although he's got enough pikes maybe to defend it, but yeah, that is just so good for India.
Yeah, it really is. I feel very comfortable in this position here. These HUDs are a little. Oh, I don't know about that move. I guess trading some volleys with all these crossbowmen is perhaps not the best move one could make.
I think Wicked just wants to keep Germany under pressure, and by pressure I even mean psychological pressure. Just the fact that he's poking at you, and you feel always like, yeah, maybe I need to make more units. And look at what's coming now. Germany's not gonna age. In fact, I think he should have aged, but that is still a scary mass of stuff there. The prime being that the Indian units are so much better, although Sawars are not the greatest, but for Sawar shipment right at the good time for India here.
That's about the same thing. But yeah, the force hours come down. You know what? I actually like German's position here a little bit because the crossbow pike doppel actually do well against this type of composition. As strong as the sepoy are, the Sao are a little underwhelming at this point. See, just running away from 2 Ulans.
Yeah, I think he was afraid of more Ulans or pikemen coming in, but in fact he's just gonna fight it and just kill 2 Ulans. Another good pickup for India here. And yeah, I do agree that in fact, crossbow pike does fine against sepoy, Sawar, just because the Sawars are not very good indeed, like you said. However, the problem is that India can just add some Gorkhas and then you're screwed. And also
Yes.
when the camel upgrade's coming, you're even more screwed. And also, you just want to age at some point. You cannot play it out in Colonial. Also, there's no way you get a 5k HP Agrafort down. So the more you stay in Colonial, the worse it gets for Germany. And gonna lose, not gonna lose that Ville, gonna pull it back in time. But he's trying to age, and because of the 3 dubs, which honestly the 3 dubs did nothing, he didn't go for 700 gold. So it's gonna be harder to age up. Still in an okay spot though. Let's see how this fight goes. He still has Minutemen available, I believe, so yeah, Minutemen
That is
popping.
extremely aggressive out of the Indian player. I don't know that it would accomplish much.
Well, I mean, Germany is trying to age, so in fact it's delaying his age up, because look at the food count. He's training Vils and pop Minutemen. He was at almost 1k food towards his age up, and now he's at 500 or 600 food. So in fact, Germany is sort of stuck in Colonial. Now he's going to try to age again. But the Hunt situation is also very bad for Germany. Can he even ever age up at this point? Oh, he's got a Hunt here. Never mind. Never mind, yeah.
But yeah, the Hunts were a little bit exposed for the German side for a little bit, and now India pushing in again.
Yeah, and just forcing Germany to trade, forcing Germany to keep staying in H2, training more units and Vils and stuff, and never really... Oh wow. My god, that is a huge double pop! Oh wow, so many Sawars died there. Is it enough though?
I don't... Well, I mean, it should take the wind out of the sails of this Indian push. That said, there are still quite a few Indian infantry units on the field. These Gurkha will trade with the crossbowmen pretty well.
Yeah, and that was my point, right? Even though he's got a great trade with the Dobbs when they popped, in fact, he spent his resources into H2 units, and he couldn't age. 5 Ulans! Not the greatest shipment, but it's what he needs now, and they might be really good here, actually. If he can snipe the sepoys, he's gonna hold. Germany, this is a hold for Germany, so the 5 Ulan shipment, not very good, but here doing good. However, all things considered, India is just in such a good spot. Because Germany's still not aging, still trying to gather his resources for the age up.
Actually, if you look at the resources for Snow, it looks like he'll be able to click up here in a few seconds. Is he able to though? Does that lose him the game?
I think he has to though. He cannot fight Gorkha Sawar with just infantry, right? You don't have a unique composition that counters Gorkha plus Sawars, unless you make Ulans. But then when you keep making colonial units, you just eventually lose to India. So yeah, he's up. He needs to be up, and that's good for Snow. It's good that he can age. But what's the follow-up? He will have 2 shipments. So if he can hold more in Fortress, he should be fine. However, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of idle time here. He's got only 1 barracks, no stable. Oh, big raid though.
Oh, that is quite the raid. Ooh, ow. That hurts a lot. Oh, and we weren't paying attention, but it looks like a dock went down for India as well.
Oh, I think that's just yeah, one boat out. Okay, so that's recent. I actually dislike that. I think India should know he's very much ahead in eco already because even though he's getting raided now, he's got the sentries still available, so he's gonna be okay. And he killed so many bills, he's still so far ahead. I don't think it's the right time for India to boom now. I think the time is to just right-click Germany with more units and make sure they pop nothing out of that TC, right? If you surround the TC with units, nothing's gonna pop. And I don't like the dock. It should be still fine though, but
Yeah, I think Wicked is in a position where he can kind of do whatever he wants. Oh, these 2 villagers will go down. 3 war wagons do come out. But
yeah,
Gurkhas and Sepoy just do a little bit too well against war wagons, I think.
these war wagons have so much work to do, man. I don't know how they're gonna do that. They one-shoot Sawars, like that's insane, right? And if they can keep kiting, they outrange the Sepoys, and there's not too many Gorkhas. Like, Snow needs to TC fire the Gorkhas now. But yeah, India just feels like if he goes for it, if he goes to catch the war wagons, he's gonna lose like so many Sawars, and it's not worth it. Because why bother? Why even bother catching the war wagons? It's only 3 of them. What are they gonna do? Just go back, sit, and wait. With your superior eco, keep water booming, keep making units, get camel attack, get the other upgrades, Desert Terror or Dravidian, whatever it's called, and that kind of stuff, and just so good for India. He can even still get the Ottoman Consulate and the 4 bills if he wants to, so...
Yeah, yeah, completely agree. I think he's in a commanding position at this point. He's got the better economy. He has the map as well. Snow did manage to buy himself enough time for some breathing room, ship the 5 doppels, rebuilding his barracks.
5 dops. I guess...
That's ouch.
So many Star Wars. Yeah, another raid. Snow always good at raiding, but he needs more than that, unfortunately, because regardless of how much he raids, also raiding on top, but getting caught by the sentries there. Regardless of how much he raids, India is going to keep out booming because of the dock. However, India doesn't have the greatest market upgrades. Not that it matters too much here. Maybe he's going to realize it now because he's getting the villager HP. So, you know, when you get village HP and you look at your market, you're like, oh, rip. I have some upgrades I need to do, like the imperial bureaucracy. But, yeah, not the best market upgrades, but not sure it really matters. Just so ahead in eco anyway.
Yeah, he truly is. Does Wicked keep massing or does he age? I think he keeps massing H2. He has all the tools he needs with Sambaraks and Gurkhas, and the camels are upgraded, so they're now actually becoming decent units. And
yeah, pretty good units actually now. Yeah, he just needs more infantry. I think that's enough Star Wars for now. He needs maybe a second barracks, some Den barracks, which is alright. But I think he needs maybe 2 Rexes now and just spam infantry.
Because those 5 doppels will beat every last one of these Sours.
Yeah, that's true actually. You never... I mean, maybe the Sawars would win, but then you would lose like 90% of them, and it's just never worth doing anyway, so...
Trying to think, yeah. Now some Ulans coming out. I'm sure that Snow will be attempting to get the veteran upgrade on them pretty quickly.
I hope so, yeah. You never really want to ship 9 Ulans if you don't get the veteran, see, it's a bit awkward. That is not a huge German mass, and that is no upgraded Ulans, no upgraded DOPs. Just 15 skirms. And when you look at the Indian army, you're like, oh boy, that is so many of them.
It's quite a few Sours. I wonder if they're actually worth much in this fight.
Yeah, they're actually already kind of useless here. They die, they're dying, but meanwhile the other units are shooting, I guess. So the Sawars are sort of tanking.
Oh, really?
But the DOPs...
No, Rajput.
Oh, nice. Well, that's actually good. Popping from the aggro right in the fight, they're actually pretty good here. They deal damage to everything. And that is GG.
That is game. Didn't quite matter. Wicked just has enough to just throw huge masses of units at it. And GG is called. Wonderful, wonderful series.
A
I
really,
enjoyed
really great
that.
series. Yeah, that was really nice to watch. And the dubs did so good in this last fight.
Yeah, I mean, there
But
was
it
so many
wasn't
sour.
enough. It wasn't enough. Like, just too far behind anyway. And the resources so one-sided. You can see Germany getting totally idled upon Fortress, just not gathering any resource whatsoever, and losing so many villas over the course of this game as well. And yeah, just you cannot stay that long as Germany in H2 against India. You have to age earlier somehow. He already needed that 700 gold, I think.
Do you think maybe the 8 crossbowman shipment was just a little bit a slight overreaction, and then maybe he should have just hopped on to the next stage?
Yes.
The what?
I
Sorry.
don't. The
3
I'm
dubs?
sorry.
Or what did you say?
Yeah, the 8 crossbowmen are 3
Oh.
doppels. Maybe swap one of them out for the 700 coin and age up.
Yeah, I think he could actually age without the crossbows. I think I'm gonna have a look at the graph now. The 8 bows was probably that power spike at 8 minutes. Yeah, 12 pop. So that's 8 bows plus 2 ulans. And if you look at that, in fact, he was already sort of even in military. And he had the Minutemen still available. So did he really need 8 bows? Couldn't he just get 700 gold in age? I guess 8 bows is sort of the safe way. Like, Consolidate Rush, I ship 8 bows. That's just how you react usually, you know. But he didn't need them in this case. However, it was okay. But what was really not okay was the 3 ups after, I think. And he needed 700 gold there and just age. But the 3 ups after 8 bows and then 5 ulans. Never 700 gold, gathering all the resources forever to H3 while losing a lot of vills and all that and just over. But really good game. Really good game.
Absolutely. GG's. Wonderful win for WickedCossack. It was down to the wire until the end. Loved it.
Indeed,
And
yeah.
so SKG takes it.
Again, yeah. I mean, they lost one series, but overall, they are quite ahead in the count by now. I think it's like for SKG they won 2 plus 6 plus 4. That's 12. 12 to 9. Should be 12 to 9 now, maybe something like that for SKG.